So the door opens, and I saw him, and I just remember thinking, holy shit, where the fuck is his shirt? Why the fuck is he only in his underwear? Is that a My Little Pony helmet and a tail sticking out of him? What is going on?
Pangy.
Huh. What? What?
You were very good. You did the task.
Oh, okay. What
now
are you...
Here's your reward.
Reward? What are you talking about? I told you to get away from me.
I need one more thing from you, Steve.
What's the one more thing?
It's very important.
What?
You'll like it, trust me.
What, dude, why do you keep inching closer to me? What's going on?
It's fine. It'll
What?
all be over soon.
Oh, God.
Steve.
What?
These are Skittles.
Okay.
Have you ever had Skittles?
Yeah, dude, I've had Skittles plenty of times. Why are you asking me this?
Steve.
What?
Steve.
What?
I need you to taste the Skittles.
What? Taste them? What do you mean?
Steve, I need you to tell me if they're different.
Okay.
Tell me if the Skittles are different flavors.
Okay. So are you just gonna hand them to me? I don't want to do this. This sounds weird, man.
No, Steve, here, I'll give them to you. Don't you worry.
What do you mean, man? Get away from me. I don't want to do this anymore, man. This is just freaky.
Don't you worry.
Oh, God. Oh,
Come on. Open.
No, man.
Come on. Come on, Steve.
Fuck?
Damn it. Eat the Skittles.
Oh, my God.
Do they taste different, Steve? Tell me, do they taste different?
I can't
Steve,
tell.
tell
You
me.
just shoved them all in my
God
mouth.
damn it.
I can't tell.
Steve,
Oh,
they taste different.
What is going on?
I am gay. I am disabled. I am a woman.
You can reduce a problem by one if you just simply kill yourself on the spot.
You know, because maybe there's a part of you that thinks, well, you know, maybe I'm just a libertarian shitposter or something.
The Magic the Gathering
that old
player,
gag.
Kloptron 9000, and me, Jay. How you guys doing?
What is
What's wrong, Kloptron?
I'm glad you finally legally changed your name, Ace.
I know.
I guess Kloptron now.
I know
we've
had we've had a lot of like 3 a.m. discussions where we talked about wanting to do it. So I'm glad you finally pulled the trigger.
Yeah, it's really good. He pulled the trigger.
Wheels in motion.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Fun fact: I was recording in Ace's basement.
Yeah.
Oh man, it feels good to be back.
Yeah. Yes, it does. It's good. It's good, man.
Do you? Man, I don't know. A part of me wants to go right into the thing that I uncovered while I was in class, and immediately sent Jay a message about in the Discord.
I want to save that at least a couple minutes in because some other weird shit. Like, this has been a weird week on the internet.
It's been insane. Okay, I'll open with a PSA then. I do want to open with a PSA. Today there was the Senate. Was the Judiciary Committee? I can't remember now. But Graham officially introduced the Earn It Act into committee. They had their comment meeting on it, and they have all voted in favor of the act. It seems it's going to move forward to the legislature. So start doing some looking and some reading on offshore data storage and VPNs.
What the act is.
I'm sorry. The Earn It Act is a direct frontal assault on encryption disguised as protecting children from pedophiles. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Also, what it does is it accomplishes effectively the most negative two things that it accomplishes is it incentivizes and effectively legally forces companies to spy on you, especially to spy on children. Because that, yes, it incentivizes that directly.
Joe Biden sitting behind his desk right now, really edging. Come on, spy on those kids.
We know that the NSA listens to people having phone sex. Do you think there's not going to be a bunch of fucking people in fucking data centers scooping up fucking teenagers' nudes?
How about that NSA? How about that NSA agent that she got arrested for collecting a bunch of guys' dick pics, like hundreds?
That's right.
Of
Exactly.
Dick pics.
That's exactly what I'm fucking talking about. So it directly incentivizes spying on everybody's data, especially kids, and it includes as evidence of recklessness true encryption.
If they're gonna be spying on kids, why didn't they call it the Renegade Act?
Right.
Oh my god.
Well, this is the thing about it. This is what it does. Basically, what the Earn It Act does is it takes away 230 protections for companies for hosting what is now called CSAM, which is just child porn. Child sexual abuse material is child porn. They have effectively decided to introduce liability for that and remove the Section 230 shield. That's what the Earn It Act does. And what the Earn It Act does is it specifically does not exclude encryption as evidence of recklessness. It includes that. So if you're actually using it, if you're providing an end-to-end encrypted service and someone's using it to send child porn, you are directly liable for that because it's evidence that you're being reckless with the service and not doing enough to moderate. The other thing that it does, let me think. Those are the two things: spying on everybody because if they're not, they're being reckless, and the attack on encryption. So what you need to be doing is you need to be looking for offshore. What was I trying to say? Offshore. Rachel's yelling at me for having yelled, and she's like yelling at me through several different mediums. In person, I just got a text message. Through offshore from other countries, particularly Switzerland actually tends to be pretty good about this. People who do not have data sharing, countries that do not have data sharing agreements with the United States government.
Specifically outside of the 14 Eyes.
Yes, outside of the 14 Eyes for sure. Again, Switzerland's pretty good for this.
Don't use Mega because New Zealand actually does have a data.
New Zealand is in the 14 Eyes. Yes. Yeah. New Zealand is part of New Zealand might be one of the 5 Eyes. The tighter knit.
I believe community. So, yeah.
So yeah, what you're going to be looking for is stuff that is hosted and headquartered outside of the United States because true encryption is going to be gone in the United States if this bill passes in the legislature. Because it did pass its committee section. It's going to the legislature.
If you are a member of the Libertarian Party or a subscriber to Renegade University, you are in big trouble when this bill gets passed. So clean house now.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things that are, and they are just this whole piece of legislation. First of all, spying on kids to help kids not be sexually abused. Fucking genius. Real fucking smart. Real fucking good job there, guys. You goddamn morons.
And they've been trying to get this passed for a long time. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The Earn It Act was introduced years ago. Yeah. It was like 2 years ago. The Earn It Act was introduced. That the concept was introduced. Senator Graham is fucking scum, and I have.
So
fuck you, Senator Graham.
I got to announce to the listeners that I probably have to throw this jacket away because Adidas did something absolutely terrible this fucking week. My pride in this track jacket. I love it so much. You guys can attest how often I've worn this during recording.
Rip the Adidas logo off.
Yeah, I just grab my knife and scrape that stupid shit off because, my God, did they post the ugliest tits I've ever seen on... Well, not the ugliest tits I've ever seen online, but some of the ugliest tits I've ever seen online. Dean and I were talking about it in the host chat. It looks like a serial killer and rapists like line up in the morgue. It is so bad. There was like 3 passable tits on there. And I don't mean like 3 pairs of passable tits. 3 passable tits.
there's no expressiveness in the images either. It's just these pictures of god awful tits, and you can see like between the arms and the torso and stuff, and on the few where there is a gap between the arm and the torso, you can see the background is just gray. And there's no expressiveness to the images at all. They look like pictures of fucking rape victims in a morgue. They look awful.
Let me scroll up in the chat and see that it's so fucking bad.
I saw so many memes.
Some of these are
people...
man tits. Some of these are fucking man tits. Like, it looks like Chris Chan is in his lineup. Like, Chris Chan is awaiting trial for molesting his mother, and they just made him take his shirt off for shits and giggles, because even the prison guards...
All right, Chris, get on the wall.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks like a good... It looks like a solid... What do you think? Maybe a third of them, 33%? Of the tits on here are dramatically cockeyed. Like, not just a little bit cockeyed, like a lot of people's tits are, but dramatically cockeyed.
Those
like
are the memes I
saw. Directions.
Like the cockeyed eyes, like the cross-eyed eyes. People were making memes of that with the...
I want to know, they got a person there that it looks like someone acid attacked her tits. What the fuck was this?
She probably has vitiligo, dude.
It looks like she got acid attack
with vitiligo on there. There's also, but there are several of these where people have obviously had surgeries. It looks like there's maybe 2 or 3 where people have had surgeries, probably to remove cancers. So partial mastectomies and stuff like that. There's a couple of those on there, and that's fine. Whatever. I mean, I've always been a big fan of the people who got their tits chopped off going to get tattoos on their chest. You know, it's a pride thing. You had breast cancer. Good for you.
I just want to come out and say Slurp Gang supports this. Like,
yes,
I do not support cutting your breast cancer. No, I don't. Yeah, I support breast cancer. If you want to cut your tits off,
you support breast
cancer. I'd rather you die.
That's what I said.
I would rather you die than cut it off. So Nick and I are on the same page here.
No, we're not on the same page. I was just making a joke.
Oh. So I'm on the same page with myself
Nicole on this one, Jay.
ladies, all like 2 of you that listen. If you get breast cancer, just take one for the team, okay?
Anyway, just like that. So the scars, I don't mind. The obvious surgery scars, I don't care about any of that stuff. That's fine. You post as many of those tits as you want. Sure, the breast cancer thing, I have a hard time making fun of that. But some of these tits are just sad.
I want to take, if YouTube wasn't run by Puritans, I would take one of the most cockeyed photos and just dub over the scene from Taxi Driver where De Niro's talking to himself in the mirror.
Imagine, like, Donald Trump has a podcast where he reviews each and every one of them.
An hour on each one, each pair.
Yeah.
And he could do it too. Yeah, I bet he could do it. An hour on each set.
Oh, this poor woman, obviously, a very brave woman, fought breast cancer. You can tell. The scars are there, and this woman is proud of herself. Let's go on to the next one. Holy shit! What in the fuck? This is. Did somebody snap a picture of a fucking sperm whale and put it in an Adidas? This is terrible. This is just awful. I hate this.
What kind of fucking ad campaign is this?
It's okay. It's part of you obviously haven't been listening to the Dick Show because they did a.
I haven't, dude.
Yes. There was a fat watch that they did recently where they played one of Adidas' recent ads. Jay, see if you can you find that? Pull that up, Jamie. There was a. This is an Adidas ad with a fucking beached whale of a woman doing what is called relaxed yoga. It's just long sitting up. She actually is like having to use her momentum to try and get off the ground, and that's what it is.
Oh, yeah, Jay's playing it.
Relaxed yoga? Is it an ad?
No. Oh my god. It's 32 minutes long.
Yes,
dude,
of her laying down and just getting up slowly.
This is the best way to watch a video, by the way.
Yeah, it's awful.
Shitty camera card or shitty video card not cooperating with his camera, or capture card not cooperating with his camera. He's holding it at a fucking 38-degree angle. It's fucking because of Zencaster. It's at 240p.
But that's
and then the video he was
is.
playing was like 17 pixels. Fuck.
I recommend.
didn't
I'm
see
not sure
shit.
if it was the. I think it was the Dick Show from the week before last.
Yeah. Yeah, last
Where they reviewed that video. I recommend going and listening to that and seeing if you can get a hold of the video and watching that, because that is one of the funniest things on the. It's just a fat woman getting up slowly, and Adidas
you can hear her huffing and puffing the entire time.
She's She is out of breath at the end of the thing.
She's getting sleep apnea just by laying there.
she starts fucking like but she was but they Adidas put this out as an advertisement for their like casual workout clothing. This is an ad for Adidas.
I'm so amazed by this, because this is the post Me Too era where every woman and her hamster has been molested by somebody, and then you just have, what is this? 25 different women are lined up for what looks like Buffalo Bill is about to skin them. He's doing a photo shoot to see which one is suitable for his bodysuit, and they're all just standing there, and they allow their ugly tits to get posted online for the entire internet to make fun of. I'm astounded.
Why didn't they go with a full 8x8 so we could play checkers? And like put black, white, black, white. You know what I'm saying?
Which is what they did almost.
They should have done the 3. They should have done, you know what? They probably did that on purpose. They probably didn't do the 8x8 because they knew that was going to be checkers, and they probably didn't do the 3x3 because they knew people would just be playing tic-tac-toe on it in the comments.
Or no, they could go into they could not alter, but add in a dimension and have a Rubik's Cube of them, a 3x3x3.
Oh, right.
Exactly.
I wish you could play well, you know, with all the lopsided tits in this, I think you could play Connect 4.
It'd be going to the side.
It's all diagonal wins.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna.
This is.
I understand.
Adidas understands that. I think. I'm sorry, Nick. I interrupted. Go for it.
I was just gonna say I'm not gonna be so harsh as to insult these breastises the way you all are, but what a retarded fucking move by Adidas.
Yes. It's really bad.
I have nothing to say really. I don't even know where to go from there.
I'm not sure if it actually is retarded, because look, everyone's talking about it now. So it's
that's
true.
Not
just do these campaigns to like intentionally.
But I think a lot of these casual like fitness wear companies have come to understand that very few of the women who buy these products are actually using them to work out in. They're using them to sit in front of the TV and eat a pint of ice cream in.
I have an
leisure wear.
Adidas hoodie. I'm gonna burn it in protest.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just burn the stuff you already bought from them. That'll teach them.
I'm gonna wear this jacket and put softballs in the chest.
All right, Nick, come on. Let's get that burned. Come on.
Oh God.
Oh God.
I'll burn it while I'm wearing it. Self-immolation.
That'll be cool for the show. Self-immolation.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
How about defenestration?
Oh no, wait, that was already a norm bit.
Not defenestration. My window is like almost ground level. What the fuck?
Yeah, mine too. But we can still defenestrate ourselves on air and pretend like it's a huge drop.
While being immolated.
Some softballs in here.
Yes, we can have the slurp gang of broken glass.
Does Adidas support my breasts?
Slurpelnacht. Mitch is here ranting to himself about like, do my tits look good?
Cool it with the anti-Semitic.
No, retard. That's not what I was saying. Oh, you're wearing an Adidas track jacket too.
I am, but I'm not here with my tits out. Like,
you should self-immolate.
I'd fuck
my
me.
tits out.
I'd fuck me hard.
We're gonna do a poll after this, and we're gonna ask the viewers if they like Nick's tits.
No, it's not about them. It's about Adidas, because clearly they don't care what the people think about the tits. It's about what Adidas.
Obviously.
I was asking
Nick,
if they would support.
There's 43 sports bra sides, so they got something for you.
That was one of the things. They all kind of understand, I think, that it's just fat women sitting in front of the television who are wearing Adidas at this point. Like, who haven't already bought it.
Almost none of these women. Well, no, I can't say almost none of them. Some of them look like their mothers who are in decent shape, but many of them clearly don't work out.
Oh, most of them don't. I would say it's another solid. I don't know. There's maybe 25%, 20 to 25% of these tits are probably in any kind of shape. I'm sorry, of these women who have these tits are in any
They're
kind
in,
of shape.
they're in a shape. It's not
Um,
symmetrical. Is the problem?
Most women's tits are not symmetrical. Like the vast
Oh yeah, no,
majority of
look,
women.
I don't
They
think
have
I
a
I don't
level
really
of
have a
symmetry.
problem. I don't have a
level of
problem.
symmetry.
I don't have a problem with tits that aren't like perfect tits. Look, I'm an ass guy. I'm a thigh guy. I'm about the lower body. I'm not that concerned with tits. I really am not.
The
But
real
some
class.
of these are just awful though.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm
Some of
aware of
these
that.
are
I'm just
just-
saying. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know which one. Never mind. I don't want to really get into it that
I'm
much.
an ass man
wondering-
too, Dean, but this is just sad. Like, yeah, tits are not perfect, but there's a level of symmetry to the human body that it achieves mostly, and when it doesn't reach that, we all say, "Oh, like this guy has a like what's it called when one leg is shorter than the other?" Like we recognize something is fucked up here. We recognize when like one guy's got an arm that's like a foot
One
longer
guy's-
than the other, or when they have a stroke and their face is hanging there. Like these are stroke tits.
Face is just hanging there when they get a vaccine and they suddenly have.
Yeah,
I'm not even
this-
gonna finish it.
And they get their HIV.
YouTube will
Yeah, we're gonna
take down the
get
video, even though it's link only. YouTube will still take the video
You
down.
should edit in a very obvious like after post edit that just says they will have great immunity.
Yeah.
Just cover our asses.
No, cut in Fauci when he was talking about the vaccine at the very beginning of the thing when he said you won't get it at all. Oh no, we'll still get taken down for misinformation if we cut that in there. So I guess there's no winning, is there?
No, it only goes in one direction.
Did you guys see that's
If they're-
giving you HIV though?
Wait, what?
Okay, am I the only one who's kind of worried about all the fucking HIV shit that started
Yeah.
going on around here?
I have not heard about this.
Dude,
Yeah, apparently
there's
they're
been-
using HIV cells as bonders or something, and it's like people are testing positive for HIV after getting it.
Yeah, but that's
Wasn't
the
that
same.
like a
here's
theory
the thing,
for
though.
a long time ago that they were
That's
doing
the
that?
same. That's the
Oh,
same way
well.
people are testing positive for COVID without actually having it or having had it either, because the test is so sensitive. Wasn't the PCR test designed to detect HIV, and it's still not perfect?
I think so, but
Well,
at the
it
same
depends
time,
on
like,
what I understand. It depends on how many times you spin the sample. So like
There's-
you can
yeah,
basically just-
exactly.
yeah.
And there's
All
also
I know
there
is-
is like HIV, like I don't know the terminology for it, but like RNA or DNA from the HIV virus in the. I know that I don't think that's in dispute. I think that they've admitted that, but I think that the same way you could test positive for COVID back, in the early times, whenever the PCR was way high, if you had a cold in the past year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be picking up on that. I don't know. I mean, that's just what I.
yeah,
thought.
if you got a cold, the PCR test is picking up on HIV.
No. I'm saying if you have a cold, a PCR test can pick up on COVID because the virus.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, we got
I'm
you.
not sure what the actual story is with the HIV stuff, but I have seen a whole lot of like we'll say glow adjacent individuals talking about how like, hey, it's good to get HIV tests, everybody. In a weird way. Like I'm pretty sure the prince that just left the royal family, whatever his fucking name is, I'm not one of these people who pretends to care about the royal family and call myself an Anglophile to make it seem cultured and not like it's just Kardashians for British people. He said something on Twitter about like, hey, it's really good to get HIV tests, y'all. And I've been seeing a lot of like a spike in this talk, all this talk of HIV, and I'm like, guys, what's going on?
Just like they're coming up with all kind of different reasons why.
Well, they're setting the stage.
Young people will have heart attacks and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, if
like
you're shoveling snow, you might find out you have heart problems because this is totally normal.
Right.
I think the religious community is owed an apology because at the first stages of this, there was an Orthodox priest and a Hasidic rabbi that said the jab will make you gay, and people were ridiculing them. So I think now with this new evidence in light, really, I think the religious are owed an apology.
I got the
Sure.
vaccine, and all I got for it was the stupid hoodie and being gay.
Yeah.
It's an Adidas hoodie. It's an Adidas track jacket.
It's an AIDS Adidas.
Adidas.
Oh,
that's
speaking
good
of
marketing.
Sebastian
HIV.
Oh,
Bach.
yeah. Speaking of HIV,
Hey, look.
Sebastian fucking
Yes,
I want
what
to
the fuck
preface
is
and
going
say
on with him?
the album Skid Row is fucking good.
Yeah, but he hasn't been relevant since he got his
18
ass
and-
kicked out of Skid Row.
18 in Life rules.
Yes,
It's a good
look,
song.
Skid Row is an
I'm
okay
not-
band, just like Rad.
I know,
is an
I'm
okay
just-
band. Like
I
it's
know,
okay.
I'm being-
They're
I'm
good.
not going to talk
I'm
shit
being-
about Skid Row,
I'm
but
being facetious.
Sebastian Bach as an individual. This man has spun the fuck out. Okay, this is a dude. He posted a bad legal take, all right, and it got featured on Bad Legal Takes. And so, what do you do when somebody gets featured on Bad Legal Takes? You make fun of them because they're idiots. So people get featured on Bad Legal Takes, and immediately people go into their comments like, "This is stupid," especially if it's one of like the really common and dumb Bad Legal Takes, like "Fire in a Crowded Theater," which he said. So
yeah.
so you immediately get made fun of for that. Like you don't get to
Damn.
get away with you get to take a beating because you said fire in a theater. Take your beating, learn from it. It'll be over in a day, maybe two. You're fine. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Somebody
He
said something
just
about
couldn't
fire in
do
a
it.
crowded theater, and I had to reshape my entire ideology. I'd never considered such a circumstance before.
Yeah, exactly.
What a
God.
thought-provoking argument to make. I'm sorry I ever
The
thought
fire in a
differently.
crowded theater thing, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's so bad.
I had a fucking professor who was bragging on Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. like he was some kind of fucking genius out here. Oh man, he was one of the first guys with a standing desk, and also he wrote his opinions so fast and da da da. And I'm just like, he gave us one of the worst understood judicial quotes of all time, a standard which he had to go back on in the very next First Amendment case he had to deal with. His whole Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. Not only did this man write fire in a theater, which is not a relevant legal argument for anything. Stop saying it.
There's no.
Not only did he write that, but he also wrote Jacobson v. Massachusetts, in which he says 3 generations of imbeciles is enough as an argument. That's a direct quote. 3 generations of imbeciles, that's enough. As a direct quote for forced. No, it wasn't Jacobson. It was Buck v. Bell, based on the logic from Jacobson. The Jacobson was the vaccine case. Buck v. Bell was the forced sterilization case, where he said 3 generations is enough. 3 generations of imbeciles is enough. And he said
Oliver
that to
Wendell
justify
Holmes, I
forced
agree. Let's
sterilization.
go. Let's fucking go, Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. Hell yeah, my
Oliver
favorite
Holmes
justice.
Jr. was a fucking scumbag, and he's taking it up the ass in hell. He's awful.
Let's fucking
He's
go.
so fucking
Sterilize the retards.
Can you shout fire in crowded hell? Like
awful. He sure as fuck is. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope that's what's in his ear all day long. I hope his hell is he's sitting in a theater in one of those chairs that has a fucking mechanical dildo in the bottom of it.
Oh, well, I wasn't going
constantly
there.
just getting ass fucked by this mechanical dildo in this fucking theater in the very middle of the fucking theater in the seat, and he's the only seat in the theater, and that's it. And he's watching a play, and the play is just a line of people, a line of retards, multiple generations of retards on stage, just screaming at him, "Fire! Fire! Fire! Fire!" That's his hell. That's what I want his hell to be. Several generations of retards screaming fire at him in a crowded fucking theater while he takes it up the ass.
So alternatively, he gets to see people make legal takes on Twitter about fire in a crowded theater.
Right. Yeah, there's that. Well, that's my hell.
Well, no, you'd be happy with that.
God, I fucking hate Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. I really fucking hate him.
I just
so wait,
made,
what
like,
were you
Sebastian-
saying before we got into the
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you
Bach.
have? Sebastian
And then the Neil
Bach.
Young
yeah, that's
shit,
right.
and my God.
Well,
this guy is-
Sebastian Bach, what he did, there's an old picture of him from the late 80s, early 90s. I think it's like 89 or 91, somewhere
Something
in
like
there.
that.
He's
What
wearing
was
a
his actual
shirt.
tweet?
Well, the tweet was he said the fire in a crowded theater thing.
Oh,
what was it about?
With regard to Joe
about
Rogan
how-
and misinformation.
oh
Rights
God,
are
okay,
limited
all
or
right.
whatever. You don't have
Yeah,
absolute
right.
rights.
But he has there's a picture of him in like 89 or 91 wearing a shirt that says AIDS kills, and this is a direct quote, AIDS kills fags dead. That's the shirt he's wearing. And so here's the thing, it's probably a funny, edgy shirt for the time, but like it looks real bad now.
Well, there's a story behind it
I'd
if you
wear
don't
it.
know his alleged story. By the way, I'm sending the thing into the host chat on the Discord channel if y'all want to go and look at it. This is a young Sebastian.
AIDS.
Okay, the story. Do you know the story behind the shirt, though? Do you know, like what he
I
says?
don't.
Is
Oh,
okay,
God.
so he says what happened was they had just played a show with it was his band Skid Row, and people toss shit on the stage all the time, and it was a shirt that somebody had tossed on the stage, and there were these photographers or something going on where he was supposed to be taking a picture with some other people, so they were hustling to get this picture. But it was like, let me change my fucking shirt. I'm soaked. He just got off the stage, and he just grabbed the shirt, the nearest shirt he saw, which happened to be that shirt right there. So that's his. And honestly, I don't think that would have been. That's not too far fetched of a story.
It's not that far-fetched of a story, but it's coming from Sebastian Bach, who lies about his arrest. He says he got arrested at a show for telling the cops to go fuck themselves. That's a direct lie. He got arrested for smashing a woman in the face with a bottle.
Well,
also,
here's the thing too. There was a clip where he was on a show, with what's the big guy from Legion of Skanks?
Big J.
Big J, that's right. He was on a show.
Literally everybody on the call. He's just Big J.
The big guy. I wonder why he's called that.
Jay was talking about, they were talking about Rob Halford, and like Sebastian is a friend of Rob Halford's, and he was talking about Rob, and he's like, what do you think Jay was like, what do you think his vocal warm-up is like? Because Rob is one of the greatest like vocalists, at least in metal of all time. It's consensus, so
yeah.
They're like, what a crazy warm-up he must have. And Jay was like, yeah, do you think well, I want to wait till Jay stops so I don't make him laugh and he spits all over the place. He was taking a sip of his drink. So he's like, do you think he like gargles sperm or some shit to fucking... And then Sebastian was like visibly offended and he left the call. Now this was like a couple of years ago. Granted, that shirt he wore was over 30 years ago, so maybe he changed his opinion.
Well, there was also a later quote from Sebastian Bach where he said, I don't condone homosexuality in any way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that a real quote?
Yes.
He used to be our guy. What happened to
Sebastian?
Well, the problem is he started Ari Cohn, who is a defamation and First Amendment civil rights lawyer.
Of course, a Jew's involved.
Oh yeah, not only a Jew but a gay Jew. And this is the great thing about Ari Cohn is he's not super public about the fact that he's gay, but he's gay. And he'll mention it every now and then, and it kind of comes up sometimes. And his pin tweet has to do with sort of coming to terms with who you are and stuff, like whatever. It's fucking schmaltzy gay shit. But he is but he is a guy who he's really, really smart on First Amendment shit. He understands this shit. That's an understatement. I mean, this is the guy with the First Amendment. This is the guy. And he well, he let Sebastian Bach know that he's an idiot for having said the Fire in the Crowded Theater thing. And they start going back and forth. And Sebastian Bach, what he starts doing is for like 3 days in a row, this dude's waking up at like 9 o'clock and immediately getting in a Twitter fight with Ari Cohn. And then stopping at noon and starting again the next day.
Sound like that we know.
Nobody on this call.
Unbelievable. People just...
Nobody else with long, dirty blonde hair.
Yeah, right.
The audacity of this guy. Arguing early in the morning for hours on end.
Insane. People have no shame anymore.
You really do look like Sebastian Bach's like nerdy brother. Like, take the picture of Ace, not the picture, the video of Ace, and then take the picture of Sebastian Bach in the AIDS Kills Fags Dead shirt, and he looks like his nerdy brother.
Don't make me shop Ace's face on Sebastian Bach in the AIDS Kills Fags Dead shirt. Don't make me do it.
Do it or I'll do it.
In that picture, he kind of looks like fucking Sebastian kind of looks like fucking Britney Spears in that picture.
A little bit, yeah.
Am I tripping?
No,
he does look very much like a fuckable woman in there.
He's got a very feminine jawline.
That's what I meant, Jay.
It's rounded.
I would.
Anyway, he's getting in this fight with Ari Cohn, and Ari Cohn calls him a bigot because he said some bigoted shit, right? Which is whatever, but Ari Cohn just calls him a bigot, like basically because when the N-word stuff broke with Joe Rogan, Sebastian Bach jumped on that train too, and so he was like, "What? You're defending this guy who says the N-word?" And it's like, come on, dude, don't even.
I can't believe you would disagree with me because I'm Jewish, you bigot.
Well, what he did was he just said like, wait a minute, you've done shit. What could you shut up? Basically was his point. Yeah. And Sebastian Bach says, you just called me a bigot, and he threatened to sue Ari Cohn, famous defamation lawyer and First Amendment civil rights attorney. He threatened to sue Ari Cohn for defamation for calling him a bigot.
Yo, he's a Canadian Jew too.
It was already a really bad idea to try and sue someone whose last name is Cohen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really. That's like arguing.
gets
It's
funnier.
like saying, "I'm going to sue you, Mr. Whitsteinberg."
Exactly. If he's not himself a lawyer, his cousin is one. But he like this is the thing. It gets funnier. It gets fucking worse. It gets worse for Sebastian Bach.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was in a
Because
band called
Sebastian
Skid Row.
Bach- Yeah, right. Sebastian Bach starts making overtures toward basically you want to go outside. He's like, I'll meet up with you anytime, man, and I will meet up with you. Now, I don't believe that Sebastian Bach knows that Ari Cohn is gay, but if you're trying to prove that you're not a bigot,
Right.
threatening to beat up a gay man is not really the way to do it.
Like a
It
Jewish
gets
man.
worse. It gets worse for Sebastian Bach. Here's the thing. There are multiple steps to this thing. He keeps doing shit that makes it worse for him. He was
It retroactively makes everything worse.
He's just old on the internet. Like
he was like the perfect 4-day lol cow.
So bad.
Besides not knowing how Twitter works. So like he would retweet Ari Cohn with like a quip that he thought was like clever, but
Like a
it had
boomer
right, but it had a typo in it. So he would do it again and wouldn't take down the first one.
Oh no.
I have multiple screenshots.
I don't know how to delete a tweet, so I'm gonna send this again. I was in Skid Row, you know. There's some respect around here.
Oh, he's only
I'm
He's only 53.
He's not that old.
I thought he was like in his,
There's
I thought he
some
was in his 60s. Dude, he looks like garbage for a 53-year-old.
But this
I'm
is
going
what
to the
happened.
country time buffet. I'll see you later, Ari.
What happened next?
I need to pull it up because besides him being just a boomer and not knowing how Twitter works, right? And just embarrassing himself in that way, the very next day, he blocks Ari Cohn, but he doesn't block Ari Cohn until after this happens. He uploaded a video to YouTube. It's a music video for one of his songs that he made. Sebastian did, yeah.
Okay.
No, Ari Cohen's music videos.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if Ari Cohen was uploading a video of his own, is what I meant.
It appears, based upon what's happened here, that Sebastian Bach doesn't own the publishing rights to his music.
Oh, no.
So there was a takedown. There was a takedown sent to Sebastian Bach. He posted a screenshot of the email that he received from YouTube. It says, "Hi, Sebastian Bach. After reviewing your dispute, the Orchard Music has decided that their copyright claim is still valid." Orchard Music, I'm assuming, is the actual publisher. Mm-hmm. He tweets, "Hey, at Orch Tweets," that's the Orchard Music Twitter account. "What exactly seems to be the problem? Why are you blocking me from posting my own songs from my own records that I wrote on my own website?" You don't own YouTube, bruh.
On my own website.
"Needs to end now. I never gave you permission to do this. If I want to post my music on my channel, I have every right to do so."
So
this is just
like been in the music industry. He's since the 80s, the mid 80s.
He's retarded. He's
and
retarded.
he doesn't know how a record label works.
He's just been posting L after L. It just gets a series of unfortunate events.
The next day he says, "Zero response from at Orch Tweets. If anybody on Twitter can help me get a hold of these people, great. I have management on it. No idea what the problem is here. Nobody gave them," there's no fucking punctuation in this whole goddamn thing. "Nobody gave them any consent whatsoever to block my music on my own website." You don't own YouTube, dude. YouTube is not your website.
Does he not know how to contact his music record label?
Right, why is he doing it over Twitter?
No fucking clue.
Does he not know how to
This is all happening on Twitter. And the funniest thing about it is he spent the last 4 days shitting on lawyers. And it's like, bruh, if only there was a kind of person in the world whose job it is to know this shit, and to advise clients on how to navigate it. If only there was a person in the world, a kind of person, a whole class of individuals whose job it is to be aware of this kind of thing, what causes it, and how to deal with these kinds of issues. Make a new contract, or do whatever you got to do so you can post your music video. You can get that done, no problem whatsoever. If only there was a certain kind of person who could up, but you've been spending the last 4 days threatening to beat those people up because they said you were wrong.
I think what somebody should do is go to his tweets where he's bitching about his record label and just in the replies say, sounds like you need a good lawyer. How about at NS Kinsella? I hear you.
Oh no! Oh my God!
I actually
Imagine.
wanted to do that, but I got timed out on Twitter. I got timed out on Twitter today. I think I've still got another like 7 hours on my timeout. So earlier today, I called a state representative from, I can't remember where, a cunt. And here's the thing, that's not what got me kicked off Twitter. That's not what got me timed out. What got me timed out was I called one of the guys that Ace was arguing with a retard.
Oh,
I feel so
like a
bad. I didn't know it was
account.
one of the guys I didn't know it was someone I was responding to.
Yeah, it was. I called him a retard, and my account's locked now.
I lost
another,
my
like,
account
7 hours
to a self-referential tweet where I called myself a retard, and Twitter banned me.
Representative
like that word.
Representative Lee Snodgrass. She is the state representative D57,
Snodgrass.
serving Appleton, Menasha, and the village of Fox Crossing as the 57th Assembly representative.
Sounds
She
like
doesn't
Wisconsin.
say what state.
What a
Wisconsin. It is
fucking
Wisconsin.
terrible name that is.
She
Lee
had
Snodgrass.
tweeted. Well, what the thing that she tweeted that made me call her a cunt, because she's a cunt. She absolutely deserves it. She is a gaping, festering cunt. She said, if parents want to have a say, that's in air quotes, because it's in quotes in the thing. If parents want to have a say in their child's education, they should homeschool or pay for private school tuition out of their family budget. That was her tweet. And she immediately deleted it and then posted a long thread talking about how that's not what she actually thinks, which is obviously bullshit. And so I called her a cunt. But that's not what got me locked. It was because I called some nobody that Ace was arguing with a retard. Like, that's what got me locked.
Yep, that'll do it.
I don't understand it.
That's just how this shit goes, man. Twitter fucking
Do you remember
sucks.
which one it was exactly? Do you know? I don't know
I
if
do.
you
The
wanna name
tweets are still
names,
there.
but-
Was it the
Um,
guy
Guy we
that?
blocked?
You don't have to name names, but
Well,
Name
no,
Was
it
it
it's
the
not.
guy that was saying
I don't care either way.
if somebody comes into your house, or if somebody builds
It
a house
was
around
the-
somebody sleeping on an
No,
island?
it wasn't that guy. It was
That
the
was so
Think
good.
It was the Think Again guy who starts every
that-
single tweet with "So you're saying."
yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't know.
yes, the Kathy Newman guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
and
no,
that's
you
not
just-
that's not hyperbole. Every
Yeah.
single tweet
Someone-
he was sending started
One
with
of my
"So you're
followers
saying."
took a picture of it and like marked every single time they said it, and they also have
Oh
the
my
cry laugh
God.
emojis.
Oh yeah,
right
it's
after
just
the
cry
tweet.
laugh, cry laugh, cry laugh, face
Yeah.
palm. I think is what he's doing in every
it's like,
single one.
I have this thing where it's like the number of successive cry laugh emojis in a tweet corresponds directly to a person's mental illness. Usually, that's like,
Ace, can you
Yeah.
talk about the schizo rapist real quick?
what are you talking about?
The schizo
Oh, that
rapist
that
you
dude.
were
Yes, yes. Okay, yeah. So I was on Twitter, and I don't even remember what happened. But
You were on Twitter? No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Never.
on
Right.
iPad.
Absolutely
On
insane.
I
iPad.
don't believe it. I
no,
don't believe
it wasn't
it.
on iPad. So I was just, I don't remember how it started. All I remember was this dude first came over.
Oh yeah,
and he was saying,
you're every single tweet you do is Twitter for web, isn't it?
yeah, it's on my on PC. yeah.
I
There's
prefer
20
it to.
monitors
I prefer
on the
it to.
wall.
I
yeah.
prefer it to. Look, I got 3 monitors right here, dude. I'm Twitter for web all day.
But only
I'm
2
sorry,
of the monitors
continue.
going to Twitter. The other 18 are going to the basement.
Yeah, exactly. It's all took the cameras.
Yeah. So
The
I don't
Aaron
remember how
toilet
it started.
camera.
Oh, God. But all I remember was this guy was like, "Oh, well, if you build a house around someone, or if you box someone in, that person hasn't aggressed. They've just, and you would be wrong if you tried to like break out of their like encampment that they built around you or whatever." And it went on and went on and went on.
The justification, no,
Yeah.
there was more of a story to the justification.
There was,
The justification was if someone's taking a really long
A really
nap
long nap. I
Yes.
remember those words.
and I build a page around them.
Yes.
Someone is on unclaimed land.
Yes.
Taking a really long nap.
Yes. And you claim the land around them with the cage. Therefore, it would be wrong. He's saying it would be wrong for them to break out of the cage because that is the person's property.
If they kidnapped your family member, yes, you have a right to free them. However, if your family member was taking a long nap on an unclaimed plot of land and somebody decided to build a house around them, nobody has the right to aggress against the property owner. And then this is where it gets really good.
Yes.
Really, really good. Because Melissa, the elf, quote tweeted that with just "I hate libertarians," and then there was a couple of replies from this guy again, and then Anna, and then Ace, and then another reply from this guy that says, Ace replied, "LMAO, I'm dead." Like he's like, dead of laughter, obviously.
Oh, this is the fucking next. Never mind.
Yeah,
this is the best part.
Go for it. Go. I'm not gonna spoil it.
This is what convinced me this person is not serious. But he says, if you are dead, am I not therefore justified in having unrestrained sex with your rotting corpse, given that inanimate objects cannot act?
My favorite part out of that one was when he goes that if you invite someone into your home, you can have mandatory consensual sex with them.
Mandatory consensual.
Yes, that was the thing. He was saying, if you're in my house, I get to have you. Someone who's in my house has to have mandatory consensual sex.
Yeah, mandatory consensual.
I know he's probably trolling, but Twitter is so much funnier when he's act like everyone is 100% serious with every take they make.
Oh yeah,
and we
don't argue with him. Just look at it and be like, this person is insane. I like it. Fine.
I'll be honest with you. This dude went one of two ways. This dude really thinks this way, which is fucking frightening as a concept, but wouldn't surprise me. Or he realized that he was getting his shit pushed in and just started trolling.
Just leaning into it.
Leaned into it.
Right. Exactly. Like that's the two possibilities that I can imagine actually went down here. But I do want to point out, just as a point of order, common law property law already has this thing called an easement by necessity, in which if you are blocked in by someone else's property, you do have a right to the shortest method out of your property.
Right.
And that easement exists by necessity because you have to be able to access your property.
Right.
So whichever way gets you to whatever public thoroughfare, whichever way gets you there first, you have a right to use that. And in a way that's not too invasive on someone else's property.
Yeah, and you can take your easement to the mandatory consensual sex chamber.
Yes, exactly.
One of my favorite comments that it was just, I was awestruck by it, and he was upset. I asked him, okay, if someone puts a cage around a child, do they now, can we not break the child out of the cage?
They now have a child sex slave by his logic. Like, if somebody builds a cage around a sleeping child.
That's right. So he said, no, I homesteaded the air around the child.
The air.
There's also a concept in the common law of property called common resources.
Yes.
Where you don't have a right to claim them as property. Right.
Shut the fuck up, communist. I own it.
I homesteaded the air.
I own the air.
all I'm going to say is this guy is a very good Walter Blockian, and I'm going to leave
I was going to say that. Walter Block will be proud. I own the air. Now stop breathing, fucker.
God.
All it's missing to be Walter Block itself is randomly inserting a defensive child porn.
Yeah,
God.
Exactly. I frankly though, I do love the necrophilia that popped out of it. I was like,
I'm gonna clip
that.
I'm gonna clip that, dude.
I love
it.
No, but really, it's like this was an unexpected turn that I really appreciate. Is when he starts justifying necrophilia.
Yeah.
That's fucking. That's gross, dude.
This is such a.
And it's also like the internet has destroyed my ability to determine people who are just trolling to people who are dead serious because I know people
like
who have these
arguments. Again, guy.
Yes.
Who's dead serious?
Yes, exactly. So I know people who legitimately think like that one dude. Like I've interacted with them before, and so it's like I don't know if he's being serious or not.
Absolutely fucking bonkers. Oh, there's another tweet that's been making the round. I love that. Like the content for this has just all been Twitter shit. But
yeah.
There's another tweet that was going to. Did you see that guy who was talking about how because the farmers at the convoy, at the Freedom Convoy, because these farmers own their tractors, they're not workers. They don't qualify as working class.
You're
joking.
Because
I
they
didn't
have
see that.
tractors.
No
because
way.
the tractor is $250,000 a piece, so they're small business owners.
It's not.
And not
They're not that expensive. My dad has a tractor.
They can be that expensive, but they're generally not, especially if you buy used. I drove tractors. I don't think I've ever been in a $250,000 tractor, and I've driven tractors.
A big industrial combine, sure, but a fucking tractor?
Yeah, like just a big John Deere tractor. Play your tractor.
Somebody actually said, somebody said in his comments they posted the prices for actual new John Deere tractors, and they're not that expensive. But I'll drop this in the host chat.
What that doesn't mean. Would you? Is this person? I'm guessing. Was this somebody that? Oh, okay. I'll check. I've been off of Twitter for the past while, but
this is someone who's trying to justify their hatred of the Freedom Convoy, even though they're socialist and these are working class people.
Okay, so this guy's like a communist. Okay, so let me ask the question at this though. This guy is saying this. Would he say this about like a guy that runs a taxi out of his garage, or a guy that drives?
It's literally that's the
or
problem.
A guy that drives for Uber that fucking.
That's the problem.
Has a
is that this is literally the workers owning the means of production.
Right.
And he's
right.
Right.
The fuck.
It's literally that Stone Toss comic. Stone Toss just never misses.
Never misses. Never misses.
Stone Toss comic.
Workers of the world unite.
Yeah, we're having a
put her
workers
there,
strike.
friend.
What for?
Sure, put her there, friend.
You've seen that one, right?
Look how
And
many
he's like-
applicable ones there are.
Oh yeah, a
It's
bunch of
fucking
them.
Amazing. I love
Yeah.
Stone Toss. Only because he's a Nazi. I don't love him for anything else.
Shame it's a black woman.
Yeah. Yeah, that is what it's mind-boggling to me. First of all, the bank probably owns that tractor. Let's be honest. Secondly,
yeah, exactly. It's a fucking loan.
Right. Secondly, if the person does happen to own the tractor, then he's a worker who owns the means of production.
Good for them.
Right.
That's what you want.
Yeah, that's the socialist goal. Like they are. Oh god.
What the fuck are you talking about, you fucking idiot? Do you actually think that the workers owning the means of production is going to look like somebody using a fucking hoe in the ground? Actually, he probably might if he gets his way. But that's the thing. Is like you're an idiot.
Yeah,
fucking moron.
There was another tweet. It didn't like blow up, but I saw it on my timeline from other people, and it's not like a big account or whatever. But it was the story about like how these in Ottawa they're blocking the airport now. Like protesters are driving and blocking the airport.
Oh, no.
And this guy said these Joe nobodies aren't smart enough to figure all this out. They're being helped.
Okay,
Their
I was
job
gonna say. Oh no, keep going. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
as a trucker. Your job is logistics.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole job.
That's
Here's
your
the thing. At every fucking turn, listen and believe people whenever they tell you who they are.
Yes.
Because almost every single fucking time I've seen some communist talking about actual working class people, actual laborers, actual blue collar dudes, they're referring to them as ignorant rednecks who aren't good enough, who were too stupid to go to college, who are fucking, have a kid out of wedlock and are paying child support. Like, it's always the worst stereotypes that you could think of for like an Appalachian, some like a hillbilly or a redneck or whatever.
They're always fucking white trash. They're always white trash in
these people. So believe whenever they fucking tell you who they are, because they're showing their ass right now by letting down the mask and showing they don't care about working class people.
No, they don't care about working class people. That's the thing.
And it's not. I don't even like the term working class. It's not even working class. It's just blue collar workers in general. Because
you know what? I'm leaning into it because I am the term working class. I'm really leaning into now, and I'll tell you why. It's an excellent differentiating phrase from these soft-handed fucking morons out here who think that the working class is who they stand for, when really they're these idiots who write whole ass op-eds trying to justify their position that being a fucking software engineer is a blue-collar job.
I got you. Okay, that's Yeah, I turn a screwdriver in a computer. I'm blue collar.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
got one
no,
thing.
software engineer. They don't even build the machine. They just
Right.
type on it.
All right, buddy,
I
turn a wrench for me for fucking 10 years.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing.
motherfucker.
Oh, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you out to the fucking A-frame, and we're going to lift up this 14-foot mower deck, and we're going to change some fucking blades. You want to help me with that shit? Jesus fucking Christ.
It's like, it's also funny because like all these people that they, like these white collar people who just like look down on these blue collar people, the white collar people, their whole society would crumble if the blue collar people just said, nope, we're done.
And they are convinced it wouldn't. Every time they talk about how great the cities are, and they're just like the cities are the primary economic movers in the country.
Yeah, how much maintenance needs to be done in the city.
Remember that journalist that was flying over flyover country and was like, "Where's
what's his name?
That was Kyle
Kalinske.
Kyle Kalinske, yeah.
Oh, well, this all I've never seen land like this before. Another thing about these dumb
it wasn't his question. I think his question, why is the land like this? I think that was the question.
But a lot of these motherfuckers
farms.
too. A lot of like manual labor, a lot of working like blue collar jobs like that are done by minorities. They're done by black folks. They're done by Hispanic people.
Yeah.
I was
one of 2 and 3, depending on the time frame. When I was out on the railroad, I was one of 2 or 3 white guys on a crew of like 12.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else was Latino. Yeah. Everyone else.
That's what I'm saying. And so these people that would have you believe they're these social egalitarians are also showing you that they're really not. Just like they're fucking heroes, Lenin and Stalin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I spent so much time. I spent so much time with Hispanic guys. I actually, like, for a period of my life, "way" was part of my vocabulary. That's not a joke.
Did they call you Bueno?
Yeah. Like that was the thing. And it was because I spent fucking 8 hours a day with 9 other Hispanic guys, and it was me. Like, it's me and again two other or one other white guy out there.
Yeah, a lot of people that work in fucking
working there.
A lot of people that work in construction or whatever, and most trades. There's some more fucking. And I'm not saying this for points. I'm just saying, like, especially people that grow up in the South who work trades. The South is the largest. Like, that's where all the black people live, bruh. So
this is one of the interesting things.
And Hispanic people too. So like anybody that's worked construction or worked on a railroad, like you said, Dean, or something like that, worked in a fucking hospital cleaning up, they know more like non-white people than any of these fucking bougie communist.
By the way, this wasn't like cushy ass fucking union railroad job. This was non-union. This was non-union short line work in West Texas. This was not a a union job on the BN. That's not what it was. So this like that's, you know what I mean? Like, so these guys, the salaried guys out there, I was on hourly. The salaried guys out there were making more than me. But that was also, I wasn't doing the same job they were. But that's the thing. So I find it to be so insulting when these fucking commies try to act like they speak for me.
Right.
Yeah. I consider myself a blue collar guy. I'm in law school, but like, dude, I've turned more wrenches than any of these other motherfuckers in my class.
That's right.
Like, you know what I mean? I consider myself to be a blue collar guy. Those are the people I want to work with when I finally am barred. I want to work with blue collar guys. I want to write their contracts so they don't get fucked. Like, that's what I want to do with my life. So this whole thing is a level of insulting to me that is really kind of hard to put into words, really.
Right.
I've got one thing to say to these terminal lefties on Twitter.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Man, I just God, I'm sorry. That got serious for a minute.
No, that was great. Because it's like, look, these people, I don't think you never should undercut or devalue how much the fact that these people hate you, like how much they
hate you,
deeply despise you.
They fucking hate you.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. That cannot be understated. They fucking hate you, and they would just as soon see you dead.
Yes.
That's not hyperbole.
Yeah, well,
They
you know,
think
like all
this
these people talking about, like, yeah, we need to go arrest the truckers, like slash their tires. Oh, did you see that one tweet? I don't have it with me at the moment, but it was like take the oil, like take their gas, slice the tires, slash the tires, arrest them, and then get the trucks out of there. It's like, wait a minute.
Are you aware of what happens whenever you slash a tire that size and that pressure?
Yeah, I know.
It will fucking blow your arm off.
You will not have a hand anymore.
It will literally blow, and you can easily die from that shit.
Yes. So
I hope they try. I hope they do.
Well, it was some like blue check, I think, who said this or whatever. But it was like when they said this, it was like, yeah, let's do. And you know, your point is obviously correct, Nick. But they were like, take the gas, slash the tires, arrest the drivers, and then move the trucks.
Oh yeah, do everything to hinder the vehicles as much as possible, and then get them out of here,
and then move the trucks around.
There are
And call the
people
cream.
that they want to send the military and the fucking into the cities to take care of truckers that are just honking and standing there. Like
there was somebody arguing. I can't remember. They were
Fox
arguing that the Marines should go clear the bridge in Detroit because now they're blocking a thoroughfare in America.
Man, the Marines couldn't spell Detroit.
You know what? My brother, who was a Marine, would agree with you.
The U.S. military cannot operate on American soil. I fucking hate these people.
They're morons. They are fucking morons, and they will not. If this should reveal anything to you, is that they have no qualms about putting workers against the wall when they don't toe the fucking line.
Exactly. That's what I said. Listen to them when they tell you who they really are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's great too. Like a lot of provinces in Canada are dropping all their restrictions, including masks. Like even the lightest. I mean, I know mask mandates are as bad as anything gets, but like those are compared to requiring a vaccine.
Well, they're dropping. So what they're doing is they're dropping all the requirements, but the issue is like it's their version of the red states, so it isn't happening in the really big liberal centers yet. It's like happening in
Alberta,
it's not happening in like that's where all the good country music nowadays is coming from, Saskatchewan and Alberta. So it makes sense they went first.
Canada,
yeah. Oh, dude,
Jesus,
there's
Christ,
a lot of good country musicians coming out of Canada.
You found it, Ace?
Yeah, I found the tweet.
Like I've plugged Coulter Wall on the show before. Listen to Coulter Wall. He in his summers he goes down to Texas to ranch, and he turned down an interview with Rogan to stay ranching.
The convoy protest applauded. This is Juliet Kayyem, Kayyem.
That's kind of a
Juliet with 2 T's, Kayyem on Twitter.
That's a bit of a terroristy, like suicide bomby sounding name, I think. Kayyem. Let me look her up. Let me get an early live check on Juliet.
Hello, Akbar. Kayyem.
Juliet Kayyem.
The convoy protest, she says, applauded by right-wing media as a, quote, freedom protest, is an economic and security issue now. The Ambassador Bridge link constitutes 28% of annual trade movement between U.S. and Canada. Slash the tires, empty gas tanks, most of these things run on diesel, not gas, but okay, arrest the drivers, and move the trucks.
I just want to say to the leftists that write these articles, you want to see fascism?
Juliet Kayyem.
I will go full fascist.
To Lebanese parents. She's Lebanese.
She likes girls.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is another story from Breaking 911. Ontario government freezes access to millions of dollars donated to the trucker convoy through Give, Send, Go.
Wait, I just tweeted about that today.
Wait, before we move on from the Lebanese thing, I just thought of a really dumb, immature joke, but I think Dean will like it because you said the Lebanese lesbian thing. So, do you have a Lebanese terrorist that makes plastic explosives in the shape of clams? How the fuck am I the first one to get car crash?
It would have been so much better if you didn't do a build up to the joke and you just made the joke.
I stopped the whole show to say it, and I get car crashed.
Republican narcissist.
Fuck.
Ace,
I thought you would like that one.
What's with the define?
You get nothing.
And for the listeners, Ace looked directly in his camera,
directly at the camera, and it's the one moment in the call where his camera was actually clear, so it was perfect.
So
Even
I have
Bill
some
Gates
games
said,
ready
Nick,
for
that
the-
was bad.
I
do
got
want to
some
point
games.
out.
Yes.
Yeah,
I do want to point out one thing. What Ace said about the money. Yes, the Canadian government froze. The Ontario government says it has effectively frozen all donations made to the trucker convoy through GiveSendGo. It's now a criminal offense to have any dealing with money from donations through the platform. I don't think it's the platform, but I think it's just to those actual campaigns.
Yeah,
The
GoFundMe
Attorney
originally
General-
were gonna fucking make the people that donated to the GoFundMe campaign. They were gonna make them pick another charity to go to.
Yeah,
but
then they got blown up,
They
and they
said,
were like, "Never mind,
never mind. We're gonna just refund your money."
Yeah, we're just going to do chargebacks." Today, the Attorney General brought an application in Superior Court of Justice for an order pursuant to Section 490.8 of the Criminal Code, prohibiting any person from disposing of or otherwise dealing with in any manner whatsoever, and any and all monetary donations made to the Freedom Convoy 2022, and Adopt the Trucker campaign pages from the GiveSendGo online fundraising platform. This afternoon, the order was issued. It binds any and all parties of possession or control over these donations. So yes, they have frozen the assets that are on GiveSendGo. Did you morons really think that anyone who has to use a payment processor wasn't going to have this happen? You fucking idiots. Did you really believe that?
Yeah, apparently.
They have crypto. They have crypto donation links and shit up, but it's not nearly as much because most people are still.
People don't know how to use it.
Yeah, most people just don't.
If someone has to use a payment processor like Stripe or PayPal or Square or any of these payment processors, these are all owned by MasterCard.
Mm-hmm.
These all follow the same rules that were set down during the Obama administration about how banks have to fucking police their people.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is why MasterCard. This is why Dick can't get a bank account to run a business through. He was blacklisted by MasterCard.
Damn, I didn't know that. What'd he do?
He's Dick.
Be too right-wing. He's not even
I'm not familiar.
Frankly, less than Nick fucking Fuentes.
Yeah.
And Nick Fuentes can still get one of those things.
Well, that's why people think Fuentes is a fit or something.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been.
You left me on red.
Yeah.
But I was bitching about Sean the other day, his audio engineer. And it's like,
yeah,
why is it every time Dick is about to get good, Sean is just a fucking party pooper who comes in and is like, well, actually, no. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up.
Sean is one of these mythical, reasonable people who doesn't want to go too far on any given topic.
Let Dick go full Dick. Let Dick go full Dick.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Go full Dick.
So,
that's our slogan.
Full mast.
Yeah. If anything has to use a payment processor, it already glows.
Yeah.
You can't utilize that shit. It will not work. It doesn't matter what the ethics of the founder are. They have to use a payment processor. Right. That means they're fucked.
Yep.
That's how it works.
So I got
Don't like it, build your own internet.
You got a game for us?
I got two games ready for you guys. So we can either do both of them or we can save one for another time.
Let's do both.
Let's do both. We've only gone for an hour.
All right. So then let's start with a simple one. This is a very simple game. You have to determine if this tweet was made by a Democratic Twitter page or the LP of Texas.
Oh,
okay.
God.
All right.
Damn.
All right.
This is a follow-up, of course, to the Libertarian Party of Texas the other day announcing that Vaush was just an honored guest at
Joe Walsh.
At a recent
Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh too. Yeah.
So
he was going to be a guest at the convention for the LP of Texas.
So this is an easy one. Just determine who it is, and whoever has the most points win. So let's start with the first one. This was posted 5 days ago. You must never be fearful about what you are doing when it is right. Rosa Parks.
LP Texas, because they love those brownie points.
Yeah, literal brownie points. Oh,
I think that's probably. I think that's LP Texas.
I think that's probably LP Texas too.
So all of you were wrong.
No, really?
Damn.
That was the Texas Democrats.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Okay. Well, that's not terrible. I have a funny thing about Rosa Parks, by the way, that the Houston Metro did. Remind me later. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that they arrested her that time.
The Houston Metro.
All right, Jake.
I don't know. I was just
All right,
saying.
so the next one. Many conservatives who are now criticizing Biden for wanting to censor Joe Rogan supported Trump when he wanted kneeling NFL players censored.
Oh, that's LP Texas.
That's got to
That's
be
LP
LP Texas. Pretending
That
to be
is
the
indeed LP
ACLU.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Cancel culture refuses to forgive. Responsibility culture embraces forgiveness.
LP Texas, I'm guessing.
I'm gonna say it's a Democrat page.
I
don't
know
know if
this
it's
one,
a
so I'm
Democrat-
going to abstain.
I don't think
I
a
know it.
Democrat would have tweeted that. I think it's LP Texas.
I think a Democrat would tweet that in order to distance themselves from the harder left. I think that's something a Democrat would tweet.
I thought you were going to say
Ace,
the
you're-
hard
you're
R.
abstaining?
The hard R.
Yeah, because I know what it is.
Okay, so Ace knows. So Ace does not get a point for that one. Nick, you are correct. It is the
Okay.
LP of Texas.
Okay, I overthought it. Okay.
I knew that one would trip somebody up. It really does sound like those soft lefts that are like, oh, it's actually responsibility culture. It's accountability.
Yeah,
Accountability culture.
Yeah, that's a center left. It sounds like a center left tweet.
Sarwark tweeted that once. It's not cancel culture. It's accountability
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, how about
Which,
let's
by
take
the
an
way-
accounting of your
And then
fucking
he,
work with
and
the
then he
CIA,
lost
you
to no
motherfucker.
one. Yeah, then he lost to
Yeah,
no
and then he
one,
lost to
like,
literally nobody.
All right. So this is in reference to January 6th. Despite what the Republican Party says, this was not legitimate political discourse.
I'm guessing that's the Democratic thing because they legitimate.
This is
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah, the legitimate political discourse.
I think that's because that's been a calling
meme.
card
But
of
see-
the two.
But see, here's the thing. I don't know because the LP right after January 6th happened put out the official LP account, the national LP account, put out a tweet just like that right after it happened.
Yeah,
So
I'm going
gonna-
with Democratic.
I'm going to go
the
with Democrat
Democrats.
too, but I
Of
don't
course,
know.
the context for legitimate political discourse is the January 6th thing. That's what everybody's
So-
referring to when they say that.
All of you
Um,
are correct. This was at
Okay.
the Democrats.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, this is Democrats.
All right. Tweeted on December 14th, 2021. There's no such thing as American rights. There are only human rights.
That's the LP Texas.
That's LP Texas.
Gotta be.
No, Democrats.
Really?
I'll be a contrarian. Democrats.
I'll be
Okay.
surprised if it is, but I'm guessing LP Texas.
That was indeed the LP of Texas.
Okay.
God damn it!
Dude, wouldn't it be awful, just horrible, if somebody like somehow got into that account and tweeted racial slurs?
Wouldn't that be?
Oh,
wouldn't
that would be disgusting. That would be disgusting. It's
That would
totally not
be-
foreshadowing our next game.
That would be absolutely irrational and repugnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would absolutely hate it if
I
one of
couldn't
our
think of the
tech-savvy
words.
listeners could like fish somebody in the LP of Texas. I know that a woman is run by them, so they don't really have the best security. So
Yeah, probably not.
yeah, maybe just fish
Just
her.
tell
with,
her you're
like,
gonna buy her a Michael Kors person.
Yeah, just like send her like a fake Macy's link or something, and
Macy's?
I would never
Macy's
condone
is-
this.
All right, we got even more Texas for
so-
LP versus.
Today is National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. We will continue to uplift the stories of those with HIV, help stop the stigma.
Wait.
increase HIV prevention,
Hold on. I'm going to need you to read that one more time.
All right.
It's National
Today.
Sickle Cell Day.
This was posted 3 days ago, by the way. So 3 days before recording was National Black HIV AIDS Awareness Day, not just
My
AIDS
head-
Awareness Day.
my head
Black
hurts.
HIV AIDS Awareness Day. So posted 3 days ago. Today is National Black HIV AIDS Awareness Day. We will continue to uplift the stories of those with HIV, help stop the stigma, increase HIV prevention, testing, and treatment in Black communities. We stand
The
in solidarity
funniest
with all those
outcome.
living with HIV/AIDS.
Okay,
The
I think
funniest
this was.
outcome is that this is LP Texas, and
Yeah,
I think that's what this is.
I think that it's LP. I think not LP. I'm sorry. I think that it's the Democratic Party, and I'll tell you why. Is because the Democrats may have actually done something to help treat AIDS, whereas the LP has only probably ever spread AIDS.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Not that
think
there
the
hasn't,
funniest-
not that there hasn't been plenty of AIDS spreading in the Democratic Party. Don't let it get it
Yeah.
twisted.
Sure.
What do you think they're cooking at Podesta's little mansion?
Yeah.
So answers. Nick, I know, is going LP of Texas.
I
No.
did,
I'm going
he's
Democrats.
I'm going
You're go-
Democrats.
yeah, you're
as well.
sorry. You're
Ace
going
going
Democrats.
Democrat.
Ace going
Yeah,
Democrats.
Dean is saying
I think it's hilarious if that's LP Texas, so I'm going LP Texas.
That was once again at the Democrats.
Okay.
God damn it!
All right. Representative Ronnie Jackson is just another Texas Republican spreading lies as if they're facts. This type of rhetoric puts immigrants in danger, and it needs to stop.
LP Texas.
LP Texas.
LP Texas, no doubt.
And all of you are wrong. That is
Damn it!
Progress, Texas.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That was the that
Holy
was
shit!
another Democratic Texas.
Because that is right on brand for LP Texas.
It really is. You can tell how we all answered it
yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
I have to leave out the parts that really tell it. It starts with PolitiFact rating, pants on fire.
Oh yeah, that would have got.
So I have to take away the really obvious things. So this one, I'm not taking anything out of it.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it
checkers-
past LP Texas to use PolitiFact as a legitimate source.
Oh yeah,
though.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't have either. I still would have gone LP Texas, honestly.
Speaking of fact checkers, did you guys see that Snopes rated the claim that Biden is sending out crack pipes as mostly false,
Yes.
even though their actual article says it's entirely true?
And then they had to retract it.
What's the mostly false? What's mostly false about it?
Because it's part of a larger bill. Like, it's part of a larger thing where they're sending out all kinds of free shit. But, like, the fact that crack pipes is in there is what people glommed onto as being fucking hilarious, because it is. And Snopes was like, well, it's mostly false because there's other stuff, too.
There's other stuff.
So the next one
Yeah.
was tweeted February 2nd of this month. Republicans, convoys for freedom. Immigrants, good idea. Republicans, no, not like that.
LP Texas.
LP Texas.
Absolutely LP Texas. I'm not even.
I
If,
agree.
if that's wrong, I'm killing myself and quitting the show in that order.
That was
No, yeah, you have
LP
to
of
do it
Texas.
on the show. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, that was the LP of Texas. So we got two more.
Good.
Okay.
Tweeted on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I don't know what day that actually is.
The
Our
17th,
lives.
I believe.
Oh, so then this was tweeted on the 15th. Our lives begin
Oh,
to
no.
end the day.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Our
What
lives
the
begin
fuck
to
is going
end
on?
the day we become silent about things that matter. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, that
I
is
have
the
no
most
idea.
fucking weak
I have-
sauce MLK quote you could possibly pull out. Jesus.
Yeah, so it's probably
fucking milk
L-
toast.
I'm gonna
It's
say
probably the LP
Democrats. I'm gonna say Democrats.
Well-
I think this is the first time me and Ace straight. No, we did once earlier. But the reason I was thinking some earlier, guys, is because I was curious what the date of Martin Luther King Day is. His birthday is the 15th, but it's usually on a couple days after that because the 15th usually falls on like a Saturday.
Jay,
or
are you
Sunday.
tallying this by
I
the
am
way?
tallying this, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going
okay, yeah.
Democrats on this
I'm
question.
going LP Texas.
Or this tweet.
I don't know. A milk toast MLK quote can come from either one. I'm gonna say LP Texas just for shiggles.
Okay, so let me confirm. Nick says Democrats,
Correct. Yes.
Ace says LP of Texas, and Dean
Yes.
says LP of Texas. Dean and Ace are correct.
All right. Damn.
And now the final one.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be me and Ace. I know Dean got a lot wrong.
Yeah, no, I got several
did.
wrong because I was
Dean
trying
is
to.
the-
I was trying to go for the Hail
Yeah.
Mary, and it just never worked.
Dean is currently losing at 4 points.
God.
Abbott, Cruz, and all the Republicans who pushed Shelley Luther into the spotlight are responsible for her run. The hate spewing out of her mouth is just the characteristic of the Texas GOP. She just said the quiet part out loud. We must hashtag protect trans kids from Texas Republicans.
LP
Hashtag
Texas.
No.
TXLEGE.
Oh,
It's
that's gonna be
Democrats.
Democrats. That's a hard one though, because the protect trans kids is right up the LP's alley. But I think that's
Yeah.
Texas
I think
Democrats.
that's Democrats for me.
The protect trans kids makes me think LP Texas, but it's really wordy for them too. They don't.
Yeah,
usually-
and for them to say like, it's I don't know. It's kind of a weird way they word it, specifically targeted at the GOP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's super.
I
don't know.
wordy,
I'm going
too. I'm
Democrats.
changing my answer. I'll say Democrats too. I've been
So
convinced.
you are all correct. This was
All right.
Progress
Yeah.
Texas.
There's
So
a certain
Ace-
like way Democrats type that I can just like.
Well,
So
yeah,
Ace
you can.
has
The
7
fact that they
points.
can't meme
I
just
won?
bleeds through in their word choice.
So Ace is at 7 points, Dean is at 5 points, and Nick is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Nick,
So
me and
Ace
guys
are tied.
We tied.
There's a tie. Next
a
one's for a
tiebreaker?
million points. Then
You
All
have a
right, yeah,
tiebreaker?
let me just pull up a tiebreaker. Let's see.
Yeah, he's just gonna
Uh,
open up LP Texas and read
just
the most
gonna
recent tweet.
It's going to answer the same answer as each other so we never break the tie.
Oh God.
2 hours in. All right, tweet number 17,000.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know, man. This you might have to do a couple of tiebreakers, but we'll see.
Okay. No, we're not doing that one. No. Fuck me. This is hard. This is really
You should
hard.
pick one that's not either one of them just to fuck with us.
I was
I love
thinking
that
of that.
you-
I was
I
like,
love that
should
you
I get
actually-
Stephen Kinsella?
Did you pick odd number of questions?
I picked 10 questions.
Oh wow, 10 questions. You wouldn't think you'd need a tiebreaker after that, but
I got 7 out of 10. That's not bad. I'm all right with that.
that's not bad at all. No, Skittle tastes and terrible tweets. You're
I got 8
good
out
at
of 10
this.
on the Skittle test.
Okay. You did. No,
You got one, Jay?
no. John Brown done more in dying than 100 men would in living. Harriet Tubman.
I'm going LP
Okay, that's LP Texas. Yeah.
because they're
Okay, you guys are still tied.
Okay.
God
Was
damn
that,
it!
were we right or were we wrong?
No,
You were right.
Okay.
You were
Yeah,
right.
the Democrats wouldn't be referencing any type of freedom type of shit.
That is
That's-
true.
yeah.
That is true. But
Maybe.
they were quoting Harriet Tubman, so.
I know, but still.
They do when it's about killing the freedom to kill babies.
On February 1st, 1960, Azale Blair Jr., David Richmond, Franklin McCain, and Joseph McNeil stood up to injustice by sitting down at a lunch counter at Greensboro Woolworths. Their activism is an example for generations in fighting for equality and justice.
Okay, I'm going to say Democrats again this time.
Oh God,
I said Democrats again.
I
as if
don't
said
wanna be-
Democrats last time. I'm going to say Democrats.
I'm gonna say Democrats too. I hate to tie
All
like
right,
No,
this.
I know.
So we are ending this game at a tie.
Okay,
That's fine.
were
I'm
we
fine
both
with that.
right?
You were both right.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
that's
fine
fine. We
with
can just
that.
end it on a
I
tie.
don't
That's
mind.
fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that
whatever.
was the Democrats. So overall, it's easy to tell when the LP of Texas is tweeting because there's usually some mention of libertarianism. But if you take that
Yeah.
out, it gets a little more indistinguishable.
Yeah, it's entirely indistinguishable.
It's like
By the way, you
it's like the
mentioned
ship of Theseus. It's like that one little piece that's just liberty.
Yeah,
you take that
exactly.
out, and then it's just like, well, shit.
it's no longer the ship.
Yeah.
I did want to say, you guys, the Ted Cruz came up during that game. Excellent game, by the way, Jay. Wonderful
Thank you,
idea.
thank
Yeah, I think it worked. Even though I lost, I had fun. The
All winners.
Ted Cruz at one point during the Earn It conversation today in committee said that he would like to co-sponsor.
Oh, great.
Of course.
Yeah. So Ted Cruz
Wonderful.
maintaining his
Not our
position
guy.
as the most notorious piece of shit in the fucking
Yeah.
Senate.
Yeah,
And he
I
just
really
came
don't
out and called the January 6th protesters terrorists as well, just a few
Ah.
weeks back. And-
Dude, I thought he was going to wind up so much better than this.
No.
Oh, well,
Dude,
whatever.
I was when he was running at the height of the fucking Tea Party.
Do you
I
know-
was sitting in a tractor in Slayton, Texas, listening on the AM radio in the tractor. That fucking sounded like shit, by the way. It was constant. Eventually, I got used to it, but I was able to understand it. Listening to the Glenn Beck program when he was
Yeah,
still on AM
Glenn
radio in that hour, and I was listening to him interview Ted Cruz at the height of the Tea Party, and he says to Ted Cruz, he says, I can probably get really, really close to verbatim. He says to Ted Cruz, he says, when you get up there, because I believe you're going to win, when you get up there, don't become like all the others.
I remember this
Can you
show.
promise me that you will not become like all the others?
No.
And Ted Cruz promised Glenn Beck on the air
Yeah.
that he would maintain those values.
Damn.
Yep. I remember that exact same show because I used to listen to Glenn Beck. Yeah.
Yeah. You and I, Ace, it's like looking at the moon at the same time as your
Yeah, I
lover.
know, exactly.
We're listening to Glenn Beck at the same
Yeah.
time. I'm on a
right.
tractor
You're on a
in West
tractor.
Texas,
Yeah.
and you're wherever the hell you were.
Yeah.
So what's the next game you got for us,
So
Jay?
the next game. So we're all aware of the racial slur database, correct?
This
Yeah,
is the
the
one I
ADL
think.
The ADL
I think
thing?
this is the. Oh no, is this the ADL website?
No, it's the racial slur database.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the
What-
shit they had. I'll
No,
have
the
to look
actual
this up.
racial slur database where I went to get the infamous Sailor Moon cricket.
rsdb.org.
Can you link it
I
if
think so.
is that necessary, or are we just?
No, I don't need you guys.
Oh,
going
it's not
to it.
necessary. Okay.
So you need to stay off that website. So,
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of flops on there. I think it's overall a pretty shitty collection because a lot of people just sort of take either really lame slur or they take something and add the N-word to it and call it a
pretty
racial
much.
slur.
Mhm.
So I've gone through and handpicked
Jesus.
a couple of the good ones, and I want you to determine what race is this talking about.
Oh, hell yeah. This is
Oh,
going to be
this
good.
is a good game,
It's going to be good.
dude.
So-
This is a good game.
Hell yeah.
I have 30 here. I will not
Because I
giving
had
all
no
30.
idea. Just for like to kind of sort of contextualize where I am on this, I had no idea when Cuomo got all pissed off about what was he even called, Fredo. I had
Fredo.
no
Yeah.
idea that was considered by anyone to be a slur. I don't even know to this day. I don't know if it actually was or if that was fake outrage. Like I have
It was
no
fake outrage.
clue
It was
some of these
fake,
more obscure racial slurs.
So, like I said, I have 30. I will not be going through all 30. Probably
Yeah.
somewhere between 10 to 15.
Good.
So, let's start with number 1. This is an easy one. Agent Orange.
Vietnamese.
Yeah, Vietnamese.
That's not one I've heard for Vietnamese, but
It's an obvious
Um,
reason for it.
there is an obvious reason for it. I guess I'll say Vietnamese.
So, everyone gets a free point. Like I said, easy one.
Okay, all right.
It's named that for obvious reasons. So let's get on to the next one. Abba
My
Dabba.
grandfather called them zipper heads. That was my grandfather.
You know why they
did
call
He
them?
find out
fought in
about this.
Vietnam.
You know why they call them zipperheads?
I do.
Okay.
It's
yeah, it's brutal.
disturbing.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's brutal. It's incredibly brutal.
Do either of y'all, Ace? Do you know why they call it
No,
zipperheads?
I don't think so.
Jay, do you know why?
Vaguely. Just
Okay.
go ahead and explain it.
So the tracks on the Humvees or whatever they would drive.
The tanks. It was the tanks.
Oh, it was the tracks on the tanks. They would run
Yeah.
over the head, and the pattern it would make look like a zipper.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the teeth of a
up?
zipper. That
Yeah, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah. So let's Abba Dabba.
Indian, like dot Indian.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Arab.
Okay.
I think. Oh God. Yeah. Maybe Arab. Yeah.
I think dot Indian is this one.
So Arab is the correct answer.
Damn it!
I don't know where the fuck it comes from, but I love it. Abba Dabba.
It sounds,
Abba dabba do.
sounds about right.
I thought it was Indian because like the way they speak.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I think it's. Immediately thought Arab just because it sounds like the way an idiot would pronounce Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, right.
That's probably it.
That's probably it. You're probably exactly right. Kind of like how the N word came from the Niger or the Niger River.
Yeah.
Mispronounced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most of these had an explanation, and there are some that will give the explanation. That one just did not, so I'm gonna guess that's what it was. Alcoholic.
Irish.
I
Native
would
American.
assume Oh, wait a minute.
Irish or Native American? I'm gonna go Irish because he said Native American. I'm gonna say Irish.
If it's a U.S. specific kind of thing, it's Native American. It
Yeah,
could
I
be
think
Irish,
it's-
I guess.
I think it might be Native American. I think Dino's right.
Okay. Dean, final answer.
Fuck. Now I don't know.
Yeah, I'm nervous about this one, but I'm saying Irish.
Because it's just a descriptor. It's just a generalization. It's not even
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, god damn it. Okay. I'll just stick with Native American, even though I think it might be Irish.
It
I'll
is
stick with Native American.
Native American in this.
Damn it, dude!
Oh my god.
Let's go on to the next one.
I'm exposing
Baboomba.
myself. A what?
Wait, what is it, Jay?
Baboomba.
An African.
Sicilian.
Oh. I mean, somebody from Africa too, not like
Oh,
just
God.
one person.
I honestly do not know.
If it's Sicilian, I'm gonna flip the
Greek.
fuck out. Greek.
So I will give Nick half a point because it is in reference to blacks, but specifically African Americans. It comes from the sound of their car stereos blasting.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought Baboomba because of their languages.
I know.
That's
Like,
not what
I
car
bel-
stereos sound like.
Boom, like the big fucking
This-
booming.
Most of these racial slurs,
But
were written
that's
by
like a it's like a
14-year-olds in the year
consistent.
2005.
I mean, look, are we talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about? Because now it's all 808s and everything's like a constant low rumble. So what are we talking about? What era of music and stereos are we talking about?
That's
That
a
was
stupid
stated.
slur. That's
Most
a
racial-
stupid
That's
slur.
just retarded.
Most
let's-
racial
let's-
slurs came from a while back. Now,
Yeah, let's
remember that.
imagine that it's like a 14-year-old on the early days of the internet that came up with some stupid name with his friends while skateboarding.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Because now, again, I would think the proper slur now would just be because it's all 808s.
Yep.
There's no.
Yeah, or it's just the sound of Colin in his car driving.
All
Just
right.
hear Playboy car.
So what's next?
So, a boogaloo.
Boogaloo. Dude, I got not the first idea. Boogaloo.
Oh man,
It's Italian.
Okay.
Boogaloo.
I'm gonna say Indian, Pakistani, something like that.
I'm gonna say
That was gonna
African
be my
again.
second choice.
Okay.
I'm gonna say African.
None of you got a point.
Okay.
That is
Really?
a word for Cajuns derived from the French word for feces.
Come on, Nick.
I've never heard that term, dog.
I'm disappointed.
Also, I completely forgot. I wanted to put on game show music for this.
Oh, there we go.
Good. I'm glad we have it now.
Yeah. You can keep going.
All right.
There you go.
Number 9, chalky.
Wait, was it?
Chalky?
Chalky.
Whites person. Caucasian.
Whites.
Yeah, that's whites. Yeah.
And
Caucasians.
again, all of you are wrong. That is an Irish slang for black people.
Whoa!
What?
Because they get ashy?
I
And it looks
guess.
like they-
Oh,
It looks
man,
like
that
they
could be
leaned up
it.
against the chalkboard.
Oh my god.
I didn't make
No one's got a point in a little bit, so let me throw an easy one your way. Firewood.
firewood.
Gays.
Wait, is it racism? Or can it just be any type of?
It could be
It's
an
racial-
ethnicity, it could be a nationality, it can be a race.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not a
Religion.
sexual orientation.
Okay.
Not sexual
Firewood.
orientation,
Okay. Okay.
A Tibetan.
no. Okay.
That's a serious answer, you
I'm
asshole.
gonna say
That's funny.
Native American.
Probably Native American. Oh wait, firewood. Can I change my answer?
Sure, you can change your answer.
Because yeah, black American, African American.
Okay, Dean.
I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I'll say Native American too.
Jews!
Oh,
Jews?
of course. Of course it's the
Oh,
Jews. Of course it's the Jews.
All right.
Man, I didn't even
I love this game, man.
All
This is
right,
a good game.
let's go. This is for my internet right wingers out there. Floppy.
Floppy?
Floppy. I'll use it in a sentence.
I don't think fat women is a race.
No, it's not. It was commonly used in Rhodesia. Let's go slot some floppies.
Oh, I know it. It's in African, and I think I know the reason why.
Well, it's got to be kind of a specific African if it was
Well, a
used
black-
in Rhodesia.
a black African in in that area, like just a black Western African. Or
Is it?
was
Okay.
Was Rhodesia east or
I'm-
west?
I don't know.
I'll just say African.
Rhodesia
if I
is
get
in
half-
Central East Africa, a little bit
It's
north
okay,
of
so-
South Africa.
Well, it
and
doesn't
East-
exist anymore, does it?
Yeah, but
I think
it
it's
exists
a
in my
different
Zimbabwe.
country now.
It's Zimbabwe now,
It's
but I'll say
Zimbabwe, yeah.
I'll say like
but
an
it exists
East
in my heart as
African,
Rhodesia.
and I'll give my justification why before you read the response.
Okay, it's obviously going to be some kind of African. I'm assuming a black African.
Yeah,
so.
I'll piggyback on what everyone else said there.
Okay.
So.
So I will give you guys the point. It was specifically used against the communist insurgents in Rhodesia because they're floppy hats.
Oh, I thought it was because of the ear and lip plates, like floppies.
Oh
No,
wow!
they had
No, my logic. My
Wait.
logic for all these
Wait a
answers
minute,
has been.
is that a racial slur though? Does
yes,
that count
right.
as it's
and
against?
blacks. Because
Oh, I thought,
the-
but you said. Right, but
Yeah,
were they
because
saying
they
it
were-
because they were communist or because they right? There's a difference here.
Yes. But regardless, you all get the point. So I'm.
We got a
giving-
point, so who
Okay,
cares?
fair.
Yeah, we all got a point, so who cares?
Why
Like
are
I
we
said, I
arguing with
thought
this? We all won.
Yeah.
I thought floppy because of the lip rings and the ear plates and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not.
So,
I'm serious. Like,
Let's see if you guys can get this one. A frotch.
frotch.
It's. I'll tell you this.
How do you
It is
spell
an
it?
amalgamation of 2 words. Frotch.
That's what I thought. Frotch.
It's
I'm
2
gonna
words
say
together.
a German
A Dutch.
or a Dutch. Yeah, but I'm gonna say German because Deutsch.
I'm gonna
TCH.
say French.
I am amazed at how wrong all of you are. It
Damn
is the Irish for firecrotch.
Oh,
That's not a race.
Well, actually, in American history,
He said
the
race or
Irish were
nationality.
He said
the Irish were often less than black people in America.
And
So-
yeah,
No,
Irish-
I agree with that, but it's not.
You
it's-
agree that they were less?
Gang. Dean hates the
agree.
Irish.
the frotches are worse than the baboombas.
Not only
But
does he
it's
hate
not
the
a
Irish,
race.
but he clearly doesn't like black people if we're talking about lesser people. Look at this.
Oh my
Dean's
God.
going nuts on the show, dog. What a turn.
Dean, just throw up one of these, okay, buddy? Let's get this for the thumbnail.
Gang. One of us. Google gobble.
God damn it.
Google gobble.
Anyway.
Hey, we're
I
just doing
meant-
racial
I-
slurs. Let's get to the racial language, okay?
Yeah.
we're so bad at this game.
No,
we
I
don't know
agree.
any French.
I agreed with the factual statement that
Yeah, we
historically
understand.
the
We
Irish
know.
were considered
No,
to
I
be
disagree
Negroes and
with
often
the-
were treated worse.
I disagree with the fact.
All right.
That didn't happen.
Let's go Gargamel.
Gargamel. Jews? What the fuck is a what the fuck? Gargamel is
Gargamel
a character.
is the evil wizard from the Smurfs.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'm
leaning
going to piggyback on with Dino.
Jews, but I'm also thinking
right.
Egyptians. But my final answer will be Jews.
Jews is the correct answer
Okay.
because of Gargamel's giant nose. And his
Yeah, that's what I
obsession with
thought.
blood.
No, seriously, like
Gargamel
guys,
is a.
Here, I'm gonna hold this up to the
Oh my
camera.
God, he's a happy merchant.
Yes.
Yes,
He's doing.
exactly.
Are you joking?
This is Gargamel.
I love him.
Like, yeah, it's obviously, it's obvious. If it's gonna be used racially, it's obviously gonna be Jews.
All right. So I got a twofer. If you can guess one of these, the country of origin, you'll get 2 points. If you can just guess what.
Okay,
they're
country of
referring
origin
to-
for the people against whom it's it's racist,
No,
or
of
country
where
of
the word
origin
comes
for
from.
the racists who use it.
Yes, the second.
Okay.
Okay.
So these are both for the same group: Kushi and Muli.
Muli.
Oh.
Okay, so it's a slur for black people that came from Italy.
Kushi and Moo.
Kushi,
It
yes.
sounds.
And these refer to the same people.
Yes.
God.
You know what? I will just hedge a bet against what Nick said and say Greece. And it's also referring to Africans.
I think it is Greece, actually. I'm kind of leaning towards Greece.
Nick is correct.
You know how I know that?
Is Sopranos?
Mullions. No, I never watched Sopranos, so just know
Oh,
Mullions
no,
is a
yeah.
slur for black
It's-
people
it's
from
short-
Italians.
Yeah, it's short for Moulignon.
God
which
damn
means
it.
eggplant. And
There you
Kushi
go.
is because of the land of Kush.
Oh, okay.
Perfect sense.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Nick gets 2 points for that one. Let's see. You guys have some veterans in the family. Let's see if Jughead.
I think that a Korean. Jughead, right?
Yes, Jughead.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Like the character in
I'm gonna say,
Archie.
I'm gonna say Korean.
Japanese.
It's that or it's one of the two, but I'm gonna go Korean.
0.5s are available for this one, by the way.
I'm gonna say fuck it, Germans.
And Dean is the loser Ace gets half a point because of the proximity, and Nick comes away with a full point. It comes from the Korean War because of their flat, square heads.
That's what I thought too. I knew it was going to be either China or Korea because they both are known to have round heads as for Asians. And Korean War, we didn't have a conflict with China like that.
That makes sense, man.
So, we're almost at the end. The points really matter. We got... I'm not actually... no, I'm going to go with this one. A nooger.
A what?
Oh, no.
A nooger. N-O-O-G-E-R.
Fuck. The black guy who likes corn. The band. I mean...
Car crash yourself. Car crash yourself.
I'm doing
Yes, I'm not the only one who bombed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't get it. Where's the corn come from?
It's new metal.
Oh.
I'm lost. I'm just gonna go throw something out. Indian.
Nooger. Nug. What nugs?
Okay, I'm just going to... I'm all... Okay. Fuck it. I'm just going to throw a wild Hail Mary and say Aboriginal.
That's a good one. That's a good guess.
That's a good one.
Okay, I'm going to say an Inuit or like an Eskimo type.
So, I am going to have to award Ace half a point. It is, for the Chinese, a noodle, and let me pull up my soundboard to say this other word, a noodle.
Noodle N?
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't come through. That clip is way too quiet.
Let me turn that up just because I really want to play that clip.
Okay.
Are we going to be able to air that?
Yes, we're saying the N-word. It's fine.
I could barely hear it, so it probably won't get caught by the bots.
Let's go. This one's for the movie buffs out there. Let me get the music back on.
Movie buffs.
A what?
Pikey. P-I-K-E-Y. Pikey.
Ooh. Oh, I've heard this. Fuck.
I'm learning I'm really bad at racism.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, movie bus, I'm gonna go Vietnamese.
If this one's for movie buffs,
I'll give you a hint. It's a Guy Ritchie movie.
I don't know no Guy Ritchie movies. I'm just gonna go Vietnamese. I never heard that.
Okay, I've
heard
say
it
this.
somewhere.
If it's from a Guy Ritchie, I don't know. Irish people, proper Irish people from Ireland.
Change my answer.
I'm gonna say. Oh, go ahead, Nick.
Polish.
I think I'm gonna go Irish as well with Dean.
These were all very good guesses, but it means gypsy.
Gypsy. Okay.
The movie Snatch.
Okay, I totally forgot that even existed. I totally forgot that the Romani people were even a thing on the planet.
Very good. Very good. We all should.
I was hoping somebody would tag that. I just lobbed it out there like, come on, guys.
Let me throw an easy one your way because there's been a couple curveballs. Pinocchio.
A Jew.
It's gotta be Jew,
yeah,
right?
it's got to be a Jewish.
Long nose, lies. It is a Jew.
Okay, excellent.
All right.
Jay basically has to like give us the answer on the back.
Jay is the perfect host for this game in particular because he's probably the most unabashed person about language on the show. So it's like Jay has to host this.
Yeah.
No one else can host this.
Yeah. It's like we're all sitting here kind of like awkward, like
I'm just trying to think of like how to be racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gotta come natural. You gotta let it flow. Pizza.
Italian.
If it's not Italian, I mean, if you want to go really specific,
It's the same country.
I know. I just wanted to be annoyingly specific.
Italy, yeah, Italians.
It's the Jews because both go in the oven.
Oh, really?
No way! Oh my god!
That is.
You guys
I almost
heard,
said that was clever.
have you guys ever heard the classic one-liner? What is the difference between pizza and a Jew? A pizza doesn't scream when you put it in the oven.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh, I was gonna say one of them's covered in pork.
We got two left.
Two left. That's a good place. Stand it.
Rafter.
Rafter.
Oh, Cuban.
Chinese for laughter.
Black American.
Cuban.
So Ace comes away with a point. It is a Cuban.
Oh, rafter, like not a rafter of a roof.
Yes. No.
Well, I'll tell you why I thought rafter, because if you would hang someone, you would hang it from the rafters.
I just wanted to make the joke about. I just wanted to make the joke about Chinese L's.
Yeah, I got to give Dean half a point for that one. That's good.
You lose.
Actually, it's probably fine. I'm losing already.
All right. There's the last one. I will award 3 points for this one if you can be clever enough. Yaku.
All right, Yakub? Like Y-A-K-U-B?
Y-A-K-U. Yaku.
Yaku. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So he said really clever. So my guess it's going to be it's a slur for the white man come up with by black folks, like black Israelites, referencing white people being created by Yakub. That's what I'm gonna. That's my guess.
Interesting. That's one of those that could be, but it also could be overthought.
Now I'm gonna look it up and see because I'll wait for him to finish.
I'm gonna. I know it's not, but I'll just say Japanese.
I'm gonna say it's like Asian. Western sort of Central Asian, Mediterranean kind of situation. I'm thinking maybe something along the lines of old Persia, that kind of thing. I'm gonna say is Israeli Jews in particular, people from Israel.
I feel like these are all really good answers.
So, the big reveal. I'm gonna take this one by one. Ace, you got no point.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Dean, you got no point.
Nick,
you are the winner. And
oh wow!
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm the man, baby.
So
did I get it all right?
Overthought.
I get it all right.
You got it all right. Nick would have tied with Dean in last, if not for getting this point.
That's a walk-off home run, baby.
6.5 to a 9.5, exactly correct on the origin of that word.
Wow, that's good.
The second you heard it, Ace is in second place with 8 points. And Dean is in a very unbased, not very right-wing Twitter, 6.5 points.
Damn, I'm proud of that one. Andy is going to be proud of me for that.
That was really, really good.
Like, yeah, that was
I am incredible. Well, not just the game, but also I am amazed that was not like an overthought thing. I thought that you way overthought that, Nick.
I am so glad that Nick got that one. That was my favorite on the list. That was so.
Hell yeah!
I'm blown away by that.
Why did Ace get a point though?
No, and I didn't get a
point.
He got nothing.
Oh, he got no
points.
Finished at,
he got nothing.
8 points because he got 2 half points that brought him up to an 8.
Yeah.
Dean gets
Man.
a 6.5. It would have been a 6 if he didn't make
most
me
of
laugh
these-
with the rafter joke.
Oh, you said at the end he got 8 points. I thought you said you got a point for like
No.
the answer he gave.
Oh,
no,
okay,
no,
yeah.
no, not at all. That was a
See,
terrible.
look, I'm
Damn it, I
I'm
win.
I'm willing to lose if I got to make the Chinese L R.
That was that did bring you up from a 6 to a 6.5.
Honestly, I did not know any of these. The only ones I really got like right from like actual was when you basically handed them to me, Jay. You were like, "Come on, easy," you know.
I got the 2 extra point ones too. I was clutch. I was clutch when it mattered.
The only one I actually like deduced was the Cuban one.
You know,
yeah, that was
to be honest. To be honest, I feel way better about myself after having played this game. Secure in the knowledge that I am. Yeah, secure in the knowledge that I really suck at being racist.
Yeah,
that makes me feel okay. I'm all right.
Yeah.
If I had lost at that game, I would delete my Twitter account because I would have nothing left.
Jay, do you just scroll like their website, looking at like he writes them down? He's like, "Ooh, I got to use this one next time."
I was supposed
That
to.
is a really good game.
I was supposed to be working, and I'm scrolling the Internet Racial Slur Database at work, collecting 30 different. We didn't do all 30, but I collected 30 different racial slurs for the show on a Tuesday morning.
How many did we do? 15
on a Tuesday morning.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11,
Really, nobody?
12,
Gwen Stefani?
14, 15, 16, 17.
We
did
don't-
17 racial slurs. I don't know Gwen
We
Stefani.
should do the remaining 13 you
I'm
picked
car
out
crashing myself for that bomb.
with a guest with the guest at some point. We should do the remaining
Yeah, I
13.
can collect. Yeah, and I can collect a couple more just to round up a little bit. But yes,
Yeah.
I think that would be very good. We shall bring back the racial slur database. I also did not delete the ones that we did. So let me go through. Agent Orange we did. Abadabba we did. Alcoholic we did. Baboomba. Boogalee.
He just wants to say them all again.
Yeah, he's just like
Firewood. Floppy. Frotch. Okay. Gargamel. Jughead.
you know what's funny? Even after we got the answers, I still don't remember exactly like which ones.
I
were
don't
which
either.
So
I
it's like,
really
whatever.
don't. The only one that I'm really sure I remember is Firecrotch because that was so weird.
Yeah,
Like it's a weird one.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it just
so-
redheaded Irish people? There are other Irish people than redheads. Like that's not the only kind of
It's
Irish
just
person that
It's
exists.
just redheaded Irish people. I should have given half for the alcoholic one, but it doesn't matter now. So
The alcoholic one was kind of interesting because that could have gone a couple of ways, and but immediately, like I was thinking in like an American context, and immediately alcoholic, Southwest, like that's a Native American sort of stereotype.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, that was a good game. I'm glad that panned out. So yeah, once again, Nick, congratulations. You are the second biggest racist on the show.
I'm not surprised.
Silver medal.
I'm not either, actually.
Nick is
I
like,
didn't
I
know
always
you
knew
would.
this.
What's it like to win and get a silver medal?
He gets a gold medal in the competition, but when it comes to me, come on.
Yeah,
I
Jay,
mean,
you should
yeah.
you should get like a bigger gold chain just to like let
The
people
gold
know.
medals
I am wearing
should
mine.
have the gold medal
It should be
have
have a star on it, like the
No.
gold chain with a
oh, I was gonna say the gold medal should have an N on it.
But it refers to Italians.
that
with
is-
the giant gold chain.
That was a really, really good game idea.
I have
That's
I have
excellent.
an idea for the guests we should try this again with. I'll tell y'all when we're
Okay.
finished.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Let me ask you guys. We've been doing this for an hour 50. Do you want to talk about the drama that happened with the
I
fucking
do- is it-
weirdos?
Yes, I
Wait,
do want
you're gonna be much more specific about
Yeah,
that.
that's-
yeah,
Yeah, that's all Twitter.
There's so many
Well-
things
well-
that are going through my mind right now. About
Well,
what that
Jay
could be.
knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Did you plant a camera in my house or something?
Did you find?
Yes.
In the
I
toilet.
actually
specifically.
planted it. I've been watching your dog shit. Didn't know this.
Nick's
You could have gone so many better ways with that.
Well, here's the problem. I was gonna make a crack about having a camera in your bathroom watching your wife shit, but I thought that might be too far.
Very
And I didn't want
disrespectful.
to. Right, exactly, which is why I didn't say it. So I just went with dog instead.
All right.
Stop it. Get some help.
Here, I'll just go ahead and give myself one of these for that one.
So what weirdo drama?
I'm about to bust.
I think I can get through pretty quick because I don't actually know much about it. There hasn't been much that I've been able to get sort of drawn out of this story, so I'll milk it a little more and might have more for the next one if it's still relevant. I don't know.
Wait.
But what happened is, okay, so do we know the BAP community? We all know of the BAP community.
Yeah, sadly.
Tangentially.
We've referenced them on the show before, and
We
I'll
talked
give a
about
little bit
it
of
last episode,
Well,
I believe.
BAP actually follows me. So
No
I thought
shit.
AFC
really?
got banned.
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
he
used to,
did
at
get
least.
banned, but yeah. Well, I mean, there might be another account too. I don't know. But in any case, this is a community of people that was built around an internet personality called Bronze Age Pervert.
Yeah.
And Bronze Age Pervert is one of these guys who is sort of a foundational character in like the no-fap semen retention,
It's like right-wing bodybuilding, right?
Yeah.
right-wing bodybuilding kind of thing but also mixed with Western chauvinism in a
Medieval
fetishistic
aesthetics
way.
almost.
Yeah, that kind of
And
thing.
very talk like a monkey because we need to revert to primal man.
Yes. Yeah. Hard men make scrambled eggs. Soft boiled eggs make poached, whatever.
If you look at Bronze Age Pervert's book that he wrote, I don't remember what it's called, but if you look at it and like you look at like the first page, Bronze Age Mindset, it's like
did he write that before or after Cernovich wrote Gorilla Mindset?
I don't know. That's a good
Let
question.
me look that up while you talk.
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to derail. Yeah.
No. Yeah. So this is the person. This is the personality around whom the BAP community was built, right? And then there's these other sort of influencers and characters who have rose to prominence within this community. One of them is called Achilles.
Of course.
Now, these are guys, and again, I want to be very clear. These are like the sort of they are tangentially related to a lot of masculinity grifting, to a lot of all this kind of shit, right? Again, no fap semen retention, all that stuff. So this guy Achilles decides he's going to get engaged. And he's going to get engaged to this girl. Pretty girl. Attractive girl. This girl posts a picture of the ring that was given to her by Achilles. Okay? They've never met. Their relationship is entirely online. I'm not so sure it's a Twitter love story because this woman is an OnlyFans thought.
Okay. Also, quick note: Gorilla Mindset came out in 2015. The earliest review for Bronze Age Mindset is 2017.
Okay, yeah. I'm not going to say stolen, but I'm not going to say that. So, in any way, this woman's an OnlyFans thought. These people have never met in real life. This woman's very open about the fact that she's an OnlyFans thought. In fact, she posted a tweet at one point that said, "Me to my fiance," and it was a bunch of like heart emoji, like heart eyes emoji, heart with sparkles emoji, 2 hearts emoji, yada yada. Me to my something like OnlyFans followers or whatever, and it was like devil emoji and pitchfork emoji and all these other like sultry whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's a fucking cuck. At least he's a digi cuck. Digital cuck. But anyway, he decides he's gonna go in and he's gonna talk to his community a little bit. And there is a conversation that happens in a Twitter space full of BAP people. The BAP community.
Imagine being in the BAP community Twitter space. Imagine what that would be like.
Jesus.
Booga, booga, booga. Booga. Me hold sperm. Be strong.
Me increase free testosterone.
Wait, is that the BAP NoFap community or is that the Black NoFap community?
Oh, god damn it. You know what? Fuck you.
Continue.
No, so there's there's a Twitter space where he is just getting berated for this. Absolutely berated for this. To the point that this dude privates his account after saying in the Twitter space that he's like, man, you guys, I was really sure I wanted to marry her, but you guys really give me a lot to think about. I'm not so sure anymore. And the BAP community is in fucking flames on Twitter. This whole fucking thing is crumbling.
That makes me respect him so much less. Like, he's like, oh, you know, at least stick to it. Like,
at least double down on your bad decision, at least publicly.
Right.
If you decide later it's not going to work, fine, you can claim that. But don't just be like, oh, all my friends who don't jerk off told me I shouldn't do it. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, I love the BAP community. I love it, honestly.
Their little corner of the internet is in flames, and I am so entertained.
I've never met a more schizophrenic, retarded, and autistic community at once in one circle. Like, the libertarian community is schizophrenic, autistic, and retarded in different spheres.
Right, but they're like a superposition
and in varied amounts.
Yeah.
It's like it's a very perfect circle of I have no idea what the fuck you people are talking about. You are all insane, and I wish we still had mental asylums where they abuse the prisoners just because of
Yeah, they're a special kind of horrible because they also think like they walk around with this sort of superiority is the perfect word, because they think that they're more evolved because they want to return to monkey and all this other shit. Like that's what they think.
Yeah.
Really, for real, they believe this, and they are absolutely hilarious as a group of individuals. Because here's the thing, I would certainly never follow someone as a prophet, like an internet prophet kind of thing, who builds a community around him if he told me don't jerk off.
It's really, it's not that big of advice. Like,
my response to that is, go fuck yourself, dude. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna not do that. So, like, can I be part of the club if I still do that? Like, no, it's kind of a big deal for us. Okay, well then,
I love that there's these like retards who are just like sitting around berating this man in a Twitter space who have like they've committed to the whole bit for so long, and their idol has betrayed them.
It reminded me of the Nick Fuentes video that's been going around where he's yelling at his chat room, "No, I'm really an incel." Like, his chat room is so mad that he kissed a girl 9 years ago. This legitimately happened. His chat room was so angry that he kissed a girl 9 years ago that he had to justify the fact that he's an incel to his community.
Yes. This is my favorite part of what happens to these communities is when like the leaders or the people who are like pushed up by all these people who like these people worship, when it turns out they've done things in the past and then it just turns on them. Their community turns on them and labels them like some false god.
It's not like Joe Rogan stuff, like when you told a racist Planet of the Apes joke. And then, by the way, apologize for it, claiming it wasn't racist. Really, Joe? It was a racist joke. The joke was the racism. It's allowed to be funny.
Yeah,
just own up to it. Just be like, fuck you guys. The joke was the racism.
I'm gonna say
the
the
clip
N-word
where
now.
He tells Greg Fitzsimmons, say it. Say it. And then he says it.
Say it. You can't say it. And the dude says it with a flat face too. He doesn't move his lips. He just immediately just breaks out. It was hilarious. But yeah,
that could have been an edit too. There's a lot of clips of Joe laughing his ass off like that.
That's true. But it was, in any case, can you imagine sitting there on your live stream, on your green screen, in a hoodie with a fake New York skyline behind you, and you're sitting there yelling at your chat, "No, I really am an incel." Really, dude?
I just love that these people have to like be brought down so low by their own audience. It's so funny to me.
The things that bring them down.
Yes, I know.
Being fucking retarded. It's not like they said something offensive. It's not like they said. I mean, Nick Fuentes is out here being like an unabashed white nat, but it's like that's not the thing that brings him down.
Yeah,
what
I know.
brings him down is that his own community got pissed at him for having kissed a girl 9 years ago. By the way, his justification for why he is an incel by definition is that even though he might have some characteristics of a volcel, he didn't ask to be born, and thus it is inherently
his argument?
incel. Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, so time out. He's 23. And he kissed a girl when he was 14, and this is the issue?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I know.
I'm amazed by all of this. Like, the BAP community is that meme of the bodybuilder that thinks he's gonna get all these bitches once he builds up, but he's still too shy to talk to them.
You still got a shit personality, bro.
Yeah,
it's never gonna work.
They make up for it by saying like, oh, you know, whatever the fuck they say, like whatever monkey gibberish. Sorry for the racist language. Whatever gibberish they say to like say I'm too shy to talk to women, and they're like, no, a man's got to fuck as many women as he can. It's like, but you're not fucking. You're on Twitter telling people to post physique. You're looking at other men's bodies all day.
Yeah, right.
You're looking at other men's bodies all day.
And dude, I guarantee you, these dudes
studying your asshole.
Yeah, exactly. You are so concerned that you are a person who sits outside in the sun with your legs splayed out in the air so you can sun your perineum.
That's the BAP initiation ritual. Like that's their coming of age thing.
That's your
like,
baptism.
That's how the baptism.
Hell
the
yeah.
baptism.
That's great.
You have to get a sunburn on your taint that's going to last at least 2 days. That's what you got to do.
And you need to document that to your BAP chat. So they all
need to tell you good job, King.
You got to timestamp it like a 4chan tit post in 2005.
Good job, King. If you fail
no, you can't say King. The Baptists don't support saying King.
Oh, they don't.
They have a problem with it?
Yeah, that was another BAP thing that I argued with one of them about. I just told him to go to church. And it was.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're not supposed to.
I'm a Protestant. I was like, you guys hate Christians. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
wait.
I remember these BAP guys.
Yeah, wasn't this the dude who was saying, he was the one saying, yeah, you shouldn't, like, if your friend is distressed, you should essentially, like, kick them while they're down, because you shouldn't, like, kind of, like, you know, try to talk them.
It was like, don't call them king. But it's like, also these BAP guys, I remember once I saw these BAP guys.
Is this
on
the
Twitter.
one with the anime profile picture? But it was an anime.
No. That was the guy next day that I also told to go to church, because that's my new response on Twitter. Go to church.
And his justification was life was hard. So you should just kick them while they're down because life is hard.
That sounds like someone with extreme social retardation who doesn't understand breaking balls.
Yes.
Right. Like that sounds like someone trying to describe breaking balls, but they don't get it and they don't understand why men do it and they don't understand anything about it, like what the connection is when you're breaking balls. Like I think that's what that sounds like to me.
These were all people. These were all people that 2 years ago were fat autists that were sitting on Twitter, and then they went to the gym, but they didn't lose the autism. So they're
still fat autists. They don't. I guarantee you, half of these guys don't actually work out. They just do the no-fap thing, and they think that's going to do it for them.
Well, look, I'm like, are you talking about ball busting, Dean? I'm just picturing like describing it. Well, no. Describing like an interaction that you have with your buddy, and then these BAP people are just like, well, did you kill his family for telling him that, or like I would have shot his mother? You can't.
I mean, that's the thing is these guys. Your friend's going through a hard time. Beat him while he's down. No.
Yeah.
Take him for a drink and you make fun of each other in a friendly way. That's not beating someone while they're down. It's just ball breaking. It's just
my
ribbing.
friend was sad, so I gave him a noose.
all they understand is like being shitty people. Because I remember a couple months ago, on Nizen Roach Milker's page, he posted some screenshots of these bad people that were making fun
I'm
of
so
this
glad
guy
I don't know what any of that means. I've never been more happy than
he's a right wing page I follow. He's pretty good. We're mutuals.
That sounds pretty cool.
He posted some screenshots of these bad people. They were making fun of this guy who ended his couple-year-long marriage with kids because the wife wanted to push for an open relationship and he wasn't having it because he was a devout Catholic. So they were making fun of him for his wife wanting an open relationship, even though he didn't cuck out and was just like, okay, I'm going to end
He
this.
didn't cuck out, right?
Yeah. He did not subject himself to it. He just decided,
Here's
okay,
one of the
I'm gonna
things that
divorce.
occurs to me.
He was suffering and they were
I
making
think-
fun of him.
Generally, in a relationship like that, where you got people who are actually like devout religious individuals, or at least one of them is, I tend to think my initial thought when I hear she was pushing for an open relationship is, so he wasn't fucking her right. Like he wasn't, he was doing it wrong. He sucked.
That could have been it, but
I mean,
what
yeah,
are the chances she was a shitty communicator, which happens all the time?
Yeah,
that happens too. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying what my first
didn't
thought
look like a
was.
stud. I'll put that out there. Neither of them. I scrolled through the Twitter page when I was looking at that and I was like, yeah, neither of them were studs, and she looked like the kind of woman who would push for an open relationship, chubby, purple hair, that sort of deal.
Sure,
But I was
sure.
like,
Could be
these
her.
guys.
Yeah.
These guys are here roasting a guy who's down because he's getting a divorce from the woman he loves because she wanted to fuck other guys, and there's like, this always happens. And it's like, because he's Catholic. What?
I don't understand.
These guys, I think these guys are like extremely autistic social retards, and they just don't
They are.
like.
I think
But
they're
also
just socially
schizophrenic.
retarded.
And it's
Yeah, there's like a schizo posting angle to it. Well, this is the other thing too. Is they like just like with that, where it's like, I mean, here's the thing. One of the things that makes me think that if this were a different kind of dude, I don't know how much weight is put on cunnilingus in the BAP community, but it's kind of an important thing.
Probably not a
And
lot.
these are guys who think you shouldn't jerk off. So I'm not sure where they stand on like eating pussy. You know what I mean?
I
don't know what weird rules these guys have.
or something.
They probably advocate for women for people to never shower because it fucks up your skin or something. So they're definitely not eating.
I feel
pussy.
like I've unironically seen someone in that community say something similar to that before.
Oh, probably.
It wouldn't surprise
They're
me.
just like
These are-
just use lemon juice on your arms and chest and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Never
So,
shower.
if you go to Amazon and you look at the Bronze Age mindset page, you know how Amazon always does the frequently bought together?
Yeah.
The frequently bought together Bronze Age mindset is Gothic violence and harassment architecture by Mike Ma. And this holds because our friend Stash always talks about these two guys. And he's not a BAP guy or a Mike Ma guy. He just thinks it's funny to read them.
Who is Mike
But they
Ma?
always
Never heard
end
of
up.
him.
Oh, Mike Ma is.
Mike Ma is. He used to do Vines, and then he ended up like some. I don't even know where to put him on the right wing spectrum. He's
How do you
just an
spell that?
accelerationist.
Mike M-A-W?
Mike, yeah, it's actually Mike Mahoney, but he shortens it to Mike Ma.
Mike Mahoney.
And so it's just really funny to me. Like, yeah, Bronze Age pervert and Mike Ma are always going to end up in the same sentence, and it doesn't bode well.
It means bad things.
It really means
The few
it means you're talking to
extras
Stash. You're talking to Stash, or you're talking to someone who is actually gonna like bomb a train station, which actually might be the same person, depending on how much coke is in Stash.
The few excerpts I've heard people read to me from Gothic violence have been pretty funny. I will say that. Like, but I haven't read it.
Mike Ma's funny,
But here's the thing: is it supposed to be funny?
Yelling.
It's
No.
supposed to. I feel like there's a certain like ironic element to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's not.
Mike Ma.
That makes
yeah,
sense.
Mike Ma started on Vine as like doing comedy Vine, so he is a comedic person. So he has his weird views that I'm very right wing and I wouldn't even associate with him, but he does them in a comedic way. So
Yeah.
if you go through his YouTube, it's a trip because he posts one every couple of months, and then it's always some weird shit. So it's like I don't know where to put this guy.
I just find
He
it
does tell you where to
hilarious
get-
that some
he does tell you
dude.
where to get raw milk on his website though, so that's based.
Oh my god! I just find it hilarious that some dude who's like very, very much like masculinity grift adjacent, if not actively involved in it, proposed to a woman who he'd never met. I'm assuming he's never fucked this girl. I mean, they've never met, so they couldn't have actually fucked.
Of
All
course.
they've done, yeah, right. All they've done, I'm sure, is cammed, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had to pay for that. So, like the fact that he did this is hilarious in itself, just based on the community that he's in. And then it's much like the Sebastian Bach thing, where it's like, and it gets worse. Then the community bitches him out in a Twitter space until he relents.
I just like how I love the idea that there's this one central figure that like weaponizes the autism of all these people, and then it becomes too much, and then the weaponized autists turn on them, and then it's just like an uncontrollable.
Yeah, they lose control of the cannon or whatever.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Right.
Just go to church, guys. Just go to church.
It makes me laugh. And then there's because it very much was almost like an exact facsimile of, but in like kind of playing out over kind of a longer thing. It was very much an exact facsimile of the Nick Fuentes thing, where he's screaming at his chat that I promise I'm actually an incel.
What categorizes an incel anyway? Like, I would imagine someone who got a kiss 10 years ago and hasn't gotten laid since. I would imagine that's an incel.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, the problem is,
I thought
I think
Fuentes was
Nick
a volcel. Yeah.
Fuentes is a
he's
volcel.
Yeah.
But
He's
his whole
voluntarily
thing,
his argument, yeah.
But Fuentes is one of these guys who can't stand to be second class. That's the problem with the volcels versus the incels, that the incels look down on the volcels because the volcels could get laid if they wanted to. So the dude, I'm telling you, man, the internet was a fucking mistake. So the incels look down on the volcels, and Nick Fuentes can't be looked down on by anyone. It's one of the reasons that he went full white nat. Is he can't just be who he is. He has to be the most extreme version. Right. So he has to be an incel, right? And that's how you get this fucking pretzel logic where I'm definitely an incel because even if I'm a volcel, I didn't ask to be born. So I'm an incel.
I love how he like does a horseshoe theory into communism, like
antinatalism and all that other stuff.
Yeah, antinatalism, communism, and all this is like, as you said, pretzel logic.
Can you imagine being a white nationalist using antinatalist rhetoric? That's the exact opposite of the 14 words, you moron.
And having the last name Fuentes.
Yeah. I just want to echo.
Funny.
I want to echo friend of the show, Birder Kist, what he once said brilliantly in the Discord. And it's that if you are a philosopher, and this also extends to political theorists, if you're a philosopher and you are not a religious one like Thomas Aquinas, and you have never gotten laid, your entire body of work is worthless.
I agree. I 100% agree.
It follows because what is your philosophy good for if you haven't procreated? It doesn't carry on to the next generation. What the fuck is it good for?
Not just procreated, but if you're unfuckable.
Yeah, what is it good for? Hegel, not good. Kant, not good. None of these people. At least Mises is a nerd, but he got laid.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the same thing's true of Rothbard. Rothbard's wife fucking loved him.
Hoppa got laid.
Hoppa got laid.
Even Curtis Yarvin. Curtis Yarvin bounced back from a dead wife and has a girlfriend now. If Curtis Yarvin can get laid, you can get laid.
Yeah, it's absolutely the case. I mean, look, but I'm one of these guys, though. I'm one of these guys who is of the mind that if you're not a 3, as a man, if you're not a 3, you can get laid.
And anybody can get laid. Anybody can get fucking laid.
Well, yeah,
I've gotten laid. I've gotten fucking laid.
You're not free.
No, but I'm a fucking annoying asshole.
Honey.
Look, I am too, but I really am of the mind that if you're not...
honey.
No, not you. I'm pretending like I'm calling for my wife.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pointing that out because it got lost in the noise.
Oh, I thought you thought I was calling you honey. I'm sorry.
No, it got lost.
What?
But
I thought that's what you said.
What, are you so offended by that, sweetie?
No, I thought Jay said Nick just called me honey. Excuse me.
All right, Nick, we're fucking after the show. It's facts now.
No.
Yeah, it's fine. That's the thing is I can't imagine that if there's other things in your way if you're like more attractive than a 3 as a man, more attractive than a 3 and can't get laid. There's other stuff in your way. Personality thing, maybe you're not talking to women right, maybe you're not doing these other things. Totally possible, and I get that, but those are things you can work on, right? You can even work on being a 3 to some extent, but I truly do believe that every man can get laid. You're not. It's not always going to be with fucking 10.
No,
but every
settle.
man can get laid. Every man can get laid.
But you can get pussy. You gotta settle.
It's not settling if you're staying in your range. This is one of the problems that I have with what the internet has done.
Appropriate expectations. It's not settling.
Exactly. This is one of the problems that I have with what the internet has done to people is that they think, all these fucking dudes think that they're gonna get the fucking, okay, first of all, the chick that you thought was hot in high school, who is now your benchmark for a Stacy, she's not hot anymore. Secondly, the women who it is absolutely fact. Secondly, the women who are super fucking attractive, bro, none of us fuck them.
Yeah. If you're
the women who are ungodly attractive, who you think you have a chance with, you don't. None of us do.
Yeah,
they are fucking people with money.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same
thing. If you're fat and ugly, either get rich or go to the bar and wait for 2 a.m. when all of you have beer goggles, and just do that. They're like dating apps. Here's the problem with dating apps, man. That the women don't understand their fucking range. That's the problem with dating apps.
Well, part of that though too is because some of these dudes are so fucking desperate they'll fucking
there's an epidemic.
That's what skews it. That's what skews it. It's like even
causing...
a hot guy like a 9 or a 10 is gonna get with a 5 or a 6 just because it's an easy lay, and then it really skews it. So everyone thinks Jennifer Aniston, Sex and the City.
Simps are the Federal Reserve of pussy because they inflate the value astronomically.
They really do. They really do. It's bad.
Blobs on fucking line thinking they're hot shit because of these retards that pay money to see them. Shut the fuck up. God damn, I hate it so much.
But this is the thing. This is the thing though too. You can't. This is okay. If you're one of these guys who has trouble getting laid, and I realize that that's probably. Honestly, most of the people listening to this because you're all autistic. Everyone on the screen is autistic.
Stop repeating.
Everyone on the screen is autistic. Everyone you're hearing right now is autistic. Everyone listening is autistic. If you're involved in this show in any measure, you're autistic. Okay, but if
you're in the proximity of us, you're autistic. If we walk down the street, you now have
said
autism.
A lot of this shit in the intro to the first episode I appeared on.
Yes,
you remember this?
Which actually, I do. Nick, I'm going to take that intro and make it the channel trailer for YouTube.
If you are listening to this show, you are retarded. I think I said that
exactly right. But and that can make it hard to get laid. I get it. Totally get it. That said, there are things you can do. I'm not talking like doing game shit, but like maybe hang out where chicks who would want to fuck you will be. I say this because I experienced it. I was not looking to get in a relationship, let alone try and get laid when I went to law school. I was there for a month and I met somebody who immediately our first conversation was about William Godwin. And it was like, seriously, our first conversation was about William Godwin and Mary Wollstonecraft.
That's awesome.
So it's like it just happens. It
really does.
Find that for yourself. And the best way to find it is to stop looking and just have fun.
Play around at D&D, and all of you gravitate to the one woman there. She'll pick one of you.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
For the listeners, everyone on this show is autistic, and we all have gotten laid at least once. Nick is married. Dean is in a serious relationship. Ace doesn't divulge his sexual history, but imagine, I don't know, maybe a hooker or something.
There's basement. There's some people.
The basement.
There's the basement.
Yeah,
I don't have.
I've been in a relationship.
I don't have
podcasting.
Yeah, I don't have a long and complicated relationship history.
Neither do I.
My partners are in the single digits. Like
my exes were hookers. After I broke up with them.
What did you do?
I think that's
your fault.
About you, Jay.
That's your fault for fucking trying to teach him. That's your fault for trying to teach him business.
You know, actually, Nick, my mom does blame me for the hooker ones.
You probably deserve it.
But the good news is they were not hookers while I dated them. It was after, and one of them cucked 2 guys at once while being a hooker.
Oh God!
Wow. Well, this is what I'm saying. You can do it. You can do it. It is in your soul to make this happen. If you're one of these guys who doesn't take some kind of weird kind of pride in being an incel, and if you are one of these guys who takes some weird kind of pride in being an incel, play the Michael Jordan clip.
Oh, goddamn, my laptop's closed.
Damn it, you weren't ready.
I was not ready. There we go. go. Okay.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Please, God, for God fucking sakes. There's someone out there who can tolerate you, I promise.
Well, let's not go that far.
They can tolerate you for 2 minutes. That's all you need.
Yeah, they can
Let's
tolerate you.
let's not go that far either, Nick. Maybe 30 seconds.
A minute 15?
I don't know. It just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy how these dudes have had their fucking minds warped by the fucking internet, and now they think they have to not come or not jack off, or they think they have to yell at their chat that, yeah, I promise you I'm an incel. I'm definitely an incel. It's fucking embarrassing. You're embarrassing all of mankind. Just stop.
And if you're a no-fapper, if you do it for religious reasons, you are infinitely better than these people who are like, it's going to give me superpowers with women to not
If
jerk
there's
off.
some ethical thing about it, I get that. I mean, I don't get it. I don't agree. But I understand that there can be an ethical thing about it and that people will make that choice. Fine. It's not going to increase your free testosterone. It's not going to make you a fucking incredible fucking pussy slayer. If you weren't a pussy slayer before you stop jacking off, you're not going to be a pussy slayer after.
If you're a socially awkward loser, not touching your penis is not going to help that. Like, now you're just...
It's the worst possible thing you can do.
And I'm not a
now you're all pent
masturbation
up.
advocate. But it's just like, now you're just not touching yourself. Nothing has changed.
Now you're going to be all pent up and creepy, and women can smell that shit on you, by the way. Women can smell it when you're all pent up and desperate. They sniff it out. They smell it. They walk around the world. The world they're walking around smelling for desperate men because they're constantly afraid they're going to be fucking sexually assaulted. They know that scent, and you're covered in it.
Dean, have you ever seen that Ask Reddit thread where one guy said like his parents could smell after he came when he masturbated?
Oh, bro.
It's like the women are the opposite. They can smell when you haven't came.
Yeah, they
like
can. They absolutely can. They know it. They know when you're desperate. They know when you're just being a desperate sex pest. Stop it. Stop it.
And that's the thing. You haven't cured being a sex pest just because you stopped watching porn.
That's the thing,
sex
too.
Pest that doesn't watch porn. You're still a sex pest. You're still
you're just being a
obsessed
sex
with it.
pest to women in real life who aren't being paid to deal with you.
You're just obsessed. You're obsessed with your horny. Stop being obsessed with your horny. That will help you get women. It doesn't matter if you jerk off or don't.
Stop trying. Stop trying. Stop trying so hard. Stop.
I do think I will disagree a little bit, and I will say that I think that reducing your consumption of pornography is probably a better way to look at relationships and women in a more healthy way.
I do agree with that to some extent, but honestly, the thing that makes me agree with that is less even about the way it makes of your relationships, and it's more about the physiological nature of it, because there's a silent epidemic among men of delayed ejaculation that is not being, and I believe I talked about this on the show.
Too.
Yes, and I believe I talked about this on the show before, but guys are not coming for like 40 minutes, and they're just pumping away in a chick and not coming, and nobody enjoys that. So what causes this? There's a syndrome called vice grip syndrome that you'll experience.
Mm-hmm.
If you jerk off too much, you're providing far more friction than any other individual is capable of doing. And you know exactly the right way to do it for yourself, right? So it's better than you're possibly going to get from anybody else. If you suffer from this, and I believe I've mentioned this on the show before, if you suffer from this, get a fleshlight, first of all, for when you do jack off, and also stop jacking off so much. It will cure it. It will cure it. I promise you. It might take a minute, but I experienced this, and I have had, actually, Nick, the problem that you were talking about, where it's like, it kind of skews the way you see things. Because I have noticed in periods where I'm jerking off a lot, I don't have, like, my libido's way reduced.
Well, yeah.
Way reduced.
But also,
and
it's a big dopamine drop, dopamine dump.
Is, yeah.
So there's a big dopamine crash too.
It's just like any other vice. Like if you're a drinker, if you smoke weed, if you do whatever drugs you do, you can't do them multiple times a day, every fucking day, to the point where you're going to ruin whatever organ they affect. Well, I mean, that porn and masturbation affects your brain and your dick and your testosterone and all that shit. So moderation is the key to this shit, pretty much. Just like the old adage goes,
that's
everything
exactly
in moderation.
Right.
So
I've been caught in a loop before where it's like I'm doing it, Not
I didn't
twice
mean to
a day,
come
never
from.
quite
I don't.
twice a day.
I don't think y'all took it
But,
this
like-
way, but I didn't mean to come from like a sanctimonious, like, yes, this
No,
is.
no, it's not.
I just meant
You
like.
didn't mean to
actual
come?
problem.
You didn't mean to
No,
come?
it's an.
Yeah, I didn't. I was saving that up because whatever
It
the
is an
retention.
actual problem.
Retention.
It is an actual problem that you can have, and I
Yeah.
do notice there are times when I'm doing it way too much, and I know it. So what I'll do is I can. But here's the other thing too: is I'm capable of being like, okay, I got to peel back on this, and just stopping doing it for a while. You can do that. You're capable of it. And if you're not, then you definitely need to stop because there's something going on. There's something else happening up here that's not working right.
So yeah, listeners, you can get laid. Just do it.
You can get laid. You can get laid.
One last thing to that. For that hot girl you see on Instagram, just go through her page a little bit, see who her boyfriend is, and I assure you, he is at least 4 points below her. So that hot chick you can even get. Just don't be so autistic. Get off in fact, better advice than getting off porn: get off libertarian Twitter.
That'll help.
So with that, what have we learned today?
What have we?
Dean is not a good racist.
I'm not
terrible
either.
at racism. I'm terrible at racism. Ace is he's not as bad as me at racism, but he's bad at racism.
But all the ones I got right, I just piggybacked off of you. So it's kind of like
that's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Ace, only half of this podcast is really right wing. That's me and Nick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
there are only two virulent racists on the show.
Yes.
Sebastian Bach has been in the music industry for 40 years and has no idea how a record label works. That's
Yeah.
And thinks that threatening to beat up gay men is a great way to prove you're not a bigot.
Yes, I'm actually a bigger Skid Row fan now, so thanks for that.
Because he threatened to beat up a gay Jew.
I don't know, what else did we learn? The LP of Texas is the Democratic Party.
Yes, it is. It is indeed. We also learned that hey, don't idolize internet personalities.
That's going.
Because
except for us, idolize us and give us your money.
It's a fucking repeating.
No. But we're not internet personalities. See, we're not selling. We're not selling a lifestyle. We're not selling a fucking thing. We're selling laughter and love.
Yeah. So don't give your money to internet personalities.
You're saying that now. Wait till we release the book. It's the slurping mindset.
And it's an entire ripoff of the Art of Mackin by
How
us.
about we start beefing with
Interpret
the
that
bad
as uncharitably as you can, please.
Imagine if we just become an anti-BAP podcast and we just start beefing with them. Like we just.
But what would be what would be this?
This is an anti-BAP lifestyle. Jerk off as much as you can. Keep your asshole out of the sun.
Don't let sun touch your perineum. If sun ever touches your perineum, you'll turn into a fucking vampire and die. That's what'll happen if the sun ever touches your perineum. Your perineum,
it's your Achilles heel.
I lost the joke. Yeah, there it is.
Your Achilles asshole.
Oh, Achilles. That's actually appropriate. I didn't even think about that. But
you didn't do that on purpose?
No, I didn't. No. I was actually literally thinking about the Achilles heel. But I was gonna say too, what would be the fucking thing that would make the people turn on us?
Nothing, because we're gods.
If we started caring about this dumb shit too much, like
if we said that we were still mask
giving a
mandates,
shit,
if we start,
yes.
If we started like interviewing politicians, it's just time to end it. It's
man.
Gonna...
I will say, Josh Hawley can shitpost with the best of them.
He's fucking hilarious. Yeah,
he is funny.
I want to interview. Who's the guy? We talked about him on the show before. Also, Missouri. Austin Peterson, and just interview him about his sugar daddy page.
Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, I read that on the show once. That's right.
We did. Yes, that was so good. That was so good. Yeah. So we've learned actually nothing today, and that's exactly how Slurp Gang should be.
Yeah. Yes.
So plugs. Nick, anything going
on? No, not at the moment.
No streams, nothing?
I was on Hoppa Hour. I'm sorry. What?
No, not at the moment.
Well, I was on. I plugged this last episode.
Like fucking Twitter or something.
I plugged. Well, I'm off Twitter right now for the moment. I don't know when I'll come back, but I was on Hoppa Hour. I plugged this last episode, but it was released at the time of this episode. It'll have been a week ago, so you can find that on Odyssey and YouTube. Hoppa Hour.
I think they're patrons of us now, so go support them.
Yeah, at Real Hoppa Hours on Twitter.
Yeah, the Slurp Gang should patronize Hoppa Hour and then just trade $1 and pay fucking Patreon every time.
Ace plugs.
Nothing at the moment, really. Just my Twitter, Ace_Arcus. If you want to see me quote tweet.
Yeah, we don't plug our
people,
Twitter, so shut up.
Okay, well then nothing.
I plug my Twitter every time. What are you talking about?
Dean, you're special, okay? Especially retarded.
You're special ed.
Car crash.
Goddamn.
Okay.
Fuck. I think that was me that got car crash. Actually, I'm doing both of us.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
All right, Dean.
All right. I'm Dean. I have a show, Dino Files. You can find it on alternative internet radio or anywhere where podcasts are distributed. That's AIRAD.io. I'll make a new episode, I promise. I just don't. I can't right now. I'm sorry. I just can't right now. I will make a new episode, I promise you. There's stuff going on. I actually need to make one about Earn It, and I still need to cover some of the Supreme Court stuff. And I am working, actually, still trying to work on that Second Amendment episode, the big, I don't know how long it's going to be, but it'll be a Second Amendment episode about Second Amendment jurisprudence. But here's a little secret. Second Amendment jurisprudence is fucked because it's been left to the circuits since it was incorporated in 2005. I think 2005. It's been left to the circuit. So there are like different tests for every circuit, and each circuit treats them a little bit differently. And I'm still trying to dig through how I'm going to convey that. Anyway, there will be a new episode at some point of Dino Files. You can find me on Twitter at Dino Files, no spaces, no dashes.
All right, excellent. If you want to see the video version of the podcast, there's a lot of laughs to be had. Patreon.com/slurpgang. We will be releasing bonus content. I'm aiming for once a month, but I got 3 other people to deal with here, so we'll see how that works out.
We'll see how that works out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can maybe try to do something for that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's aim for once a month. We'll try to get bonus content out once a month.
Maybe
more tiers may be coming if I can figure out how to.
We'll see.
I don't want to spoil them. New tiers might be coming if I can figure out how to leash more money out of you. And Slurp Gang will be going on the Hoppitarians on the 19th of February. I believe we are live streaming that. I think Shane decided.
Yep,
that's right. Yes.
Yes, we will be live streaming that. So we'll see what
good people
there.
Good people over
How
there.
many times I can say the N-word in front of some Asians.
We're not going to do that. We are not
Please
going
don't
to
do that. Please don't do that. He's actually a respectable guy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no. Shane and Nico are respectable, which is why I want to say that. No,
yeah, Nico especially is these are actually respectable people with a family, and they have a kid.
They might be the only non-autistic people in libertarian space. Like,
yeah, they might.
Yes,
legitimately be.
They have had a child. So. Yeah, we're going on the Hoppitarians on the 19th.
They're better white nats than Nick Fuentes.
9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I don't plug my own shit because that's fucking gay. So if that is all, no, I don't give a shit. So with that,